Chet here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
I'll tell you, nobody owns a room like the man to my left. It was amazing work last night by Bartholomew Anthony, Martavius Scott. Good morning.
What up? I was just excited to get out the damn house, man, and be around people.
So we went to the Knicks game last night because, we're trying to hang out with some sponsors and partners, I should say, and have just have some fun with them. And if I may, so I'm not a sweet life guy, kind of, so to speak, but we were in the suite for ESPN New York last night. And I'm there with John Winthrop, and John asked us to be there at 7 o'clock. And that's a good half hour before the game. So John at 7:35, as the game is about to tip, looks over at me, and he's like, where is he? I asked him to be here at 7. Where is he? And within 10 seconds, Bart walks into the suite, basically wraps his arm around John and says, it's your birthday this week. We're going to make some bad decisions tonight.
Happy birthday, John, the big fofo.
But here was the point. Within 10 seconds, you owned the entire suite by just walking in and being yourself. And it was amazing to see. And John and I looked at each other. I'm like, this is what you get. This is you. You may not know when he's going to come, but when he's going to be here, he's going to be there all the way.
Shout out to John Wallace, who had one of them throwback Steve Harvey suits.
Yeah. John Wallace walks into the suite.
His beard hair.
He had the hat on, and Bart grabs the bottom of his beard after he daps him up and says, "What's going on here? This looks like what I had when I showed a little too much skin a couple weeks ago on the air."
You got my pubic hair on your face.
Oh, I don't even know it's quite phrase it like that, but yeah, it does it to John Wallace, and the entire place is just cracking up. And I have to hand it to you. You owned that room from the second that you walk in. Can I ask a question seriously?
Yeah.
Because my wife used to kind of wonder about this. The first time I met her parents, when we were dating, I was exhausted from a game the day before, and it was a Sunday morning breakfast situation, and she sees me, and I'm just, and she's like, you can't meet them looking like this.
Pop up, bucko.
You know, exactly. And I said, don't worry. When the red light's on, I'll show up. And I could flip that switch, and right afterward, when it was over, and we had a great breakfast, everything went great, and when it went down, I shut it down.
Yeah.
And I dropped her off because we were still dating at the time. She's like, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
I said, don't ask questions. I'm going home to bed.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you have to pump yourself up a little bit mentally when you know you're going to walk into a public situation? Not like when you played, but just like that.
No, absolutely. It's performance time.
Yes.
It's time to have fun. It's time to turn up and make people feel good about themselves.
Yes, and that is the best
Remember,
thing.
my back hurts. Remember my back in Nassau.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so, like, me getting out the car and walking up the steps is like,
Oh, man.
That's why I went to the bathroom first. All right. Palms are sweaty. Mom grease, mom spaghetti. On the surface, he looked calm and ready.
But that's the thing. You said the thing that I don't think everybody who doesn't know you or hasn't met you yet really gets. Bart will walk in the room and have 5 words come out of his mouth, and immediately everybody's either laughing or feeling better about themselves.
Yeah, that's what life's all about. That was my role, honestly, on the team. Like, we never had a flat practice. We never had, like, a day at work where you're just, like, going through the grind. And this could be in the middle of training camp. Like, I mean, remember, like, Mark Sanchez tells some of the stories, right? And even Steve McNair used to say, like, man, this dude's crazy. Because, like, we would be sitting there, and I'd be like, you got the trials of Job. I start quoting movie scriptures. You got the trials of Job ahead of you, mister. Like, man, what the hell you think you is? Morgan Freeman to say 7? What are you talking about? And like just be standing over to, like Mark tells the story, like when like we sitting there, we having a short yardage drill. He's trying to draw us off sides, and I'm already standing off sides. Like, shut up, Nacho. I'm going to smack the hell out of you. You know what I mean? But that just makes the days go by faster. You know what I mean? If you're not having fun, like, life's too short, and to take things seriously. So if you can take things unserious, but then be serious when you need to be serious, it just makes everything easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could remember, like, when we used to get punished, and our coach used to be, like, trying to, like, make us go through hard practices. I would just be like, you can't break me, coach. You can't break. I'm dying, but I'm telling him he can't break me. And everybody else is laughing, and we're forgetting that we can't breathe.
Right.
And we're hurting. I remember we used to do, like, short yardage drills and stuff. And I remember we was going in college. Like, I don't have to be in shape. I just got to be in a little bit better shape than you. And I remember going against the left tackle. I remember going against the left tackle, and, like, I was playing DN, and I was rushing off the edge. And I just kept coming. I was like, Chaz going to pass out. And I started clapping my hand. And he was so tired, he couldn't respond to talk back to me.
Wow.
So, but everybody laughing because they know he about to pass out. But I'm about to pass out too, but you're going to pass out first. So when you pass out, then medical attention got to come out. And then I'm going to get to catch my breath because you're going to pass out. I just got to be in better shape than you.
But the other thing, too, is what's amazing is when you walk in, and John says, where were you? You're like, I had to get my phone completely redone. Brand new phone. Bart's already got 2 phones. One of them's for work.
Yeah, and I'm about to go out of the country, so I'm like, I can't be without my phone. So it's like, this is the crazy part. I can't do it like today or tomorrow. So like I was in the city, and the only place I can get the phone from is from Apple. Yeah. So I had to go to Apple store on 57th Street. So I was in the city at like 6:45, and at like 6:30, 6. I was in the city like 6. I got to Apple. So in between the time that he said I got there at 7:30, I went to Apple, bought the phone. You know how busy that place is. Then I went to 61st and Lexington, walked a block to the Verizon store, and got the phone activated. Because,
oh, boy.
Right. Then drove down Park, then drove around to go down
to get to the garden.
To get to the garden, park underneath the garden, then walk across, go through media, come up.
Oh, my God.
But I got my phone programmed because I had to have it in case after I lose my other phone.
This is why it is always going to be entertaining. And you do have, and I mean this in the best way possible, you do have, there are times where it's like doing a show with Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan's my guy, man. We doing 30 Rock.
Yeah.
I just started watching 30 Rock, and I didn't know he played himself.
Oh, my God. It's hysterical.
I see some similarities.
Oh, well, no, but like when you came in the room last night, like that's exactly how Tracy Morgan would come in the room. We're going to make some bad decisions tonight.
We got a new slogan, too. We already got the slogan. And they told me, so what we're talking about is, we had some sponsors, and one of them was Bic, and we're talking about personal shavers, right? Everybody remembers, or maybe not everybody, but some might remember when Carlin was making fun of my love handles, and I put my shirt up.
Yes.
And, I didn't realize I had a underwear malfunction. They were low riders.
And a trail.
Yeah, I didn't realize my chia had sprouted grass roots, and it would start growing up, and it was into my public areas, right? So, like, we already come up with it. We calling it Bicky for my sticky. You know what I mean? And it's just code word for, like, manscaping, man, because it's about to start getting warm.
But, like, what marketing person is ever going to come up with that?
That's perfect. Yeah,
exactly.
Bicky for my sticky. And I think that clears everything, right, Ray? Like, it's no FDA or it's no
FCC.
violation. It's no FCC violation.
I think the FDA is okay
the Food and Drug Administration's got no problem with it either.
I mean, could be eaten.
Well, at any rate, you were phenomenal. So the people from Vic who were there, the people from Hofstra who were there, from SUNY Westchester, you had Bob and Noah Sokol.
Yeah, somebody was builder. Bob the builder was there, right?
No, Bob and Noah. Yes, we had a couple of people one from Hofstra and one guy who was a home remodeling company,
yes.
And he was the spouse of the woman from Hofstra. It was a fun time, but we had Bob and Noah Sokol from Automotive Avenues. It was fun. But I wanted to tell that story because it was such the entire Bart experience in the span of 20 seconds.
Well, somebody had to entertain. The Knicks and the Pelicans weren't doing nothing.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Like,
we knew it was going to happen.
I know, but you look up early, they're up by 20. You look up again, and then they're playing with their food again.
Exactly.
You know, and listen, I can't even get that wrapped up in what's going on with that at the moment because
I'm excited though for the next matchup because I got a theory that they struggle with athletic teams that get up and down the court. And I looked up yesterday, on the side when we were looking at the scores around the league, and Charlotte was up by 40. And I don't know if Tom remembers this. Remember how people came at me when I was talking about how good Charlotte was and to watch out when that whole starting five is together and everybody kind of laughed? And I said that the reason that the Pistons got into a fight with them because they saw themselves and they weren't backing down. That can be the best thing that ever happened to Charlotte was Jordan started winning in the racetrack, and he ain't around as much. That's the best thing that ever happened to them. Because Charlotte is one of these sneaky teams.
The auto racetrack. Now, don't make it sound like he's going out to Churchill Downs every other week.
Well, that too. I'm sure he's betting simultaneously.
Yeah, he's out at OTB, the old school OTB.
Tiger's on something. Look at Tiger. Tiger's on something, bro.
Tiger was playing last night in the TGL stuff.
It is no way. This dude is not that type of. You see what his body looks like? That's why his body. Listen, that's why his back keep falling out. Because you can build all the muscles and stuff, but you see how lean he. Look at him. You see his forearm. Look at him. His forearm's like Barry Bonds holding a bat.
Yeah, he does look big.
But when he's walking up, you should see the veins, the vascularity in his forearms and stuff. And this was when he was walking up. This isn't even after he made some swings. This is him coming to the place.
Yeah, listen, he does look big. But listen, I'm all for any of this stuff that's going to be more entertaining with him. Anything that's going to.
Do you like this stuff?
I do like it. I actually did one of these simulator things the other day, and it was very good.
But how big is the actual? You hit it in the simulator, then they set up the holes.
Right.
You see his forearm. Look at his tricep, bro. Look at around his elbow. Man, his elbow's strong.
Yeah.
See, that's road rage right there.
Yep.
Yeah, he definitely on something.
Ooh.
Look at that. Look at
Let's not say definitely.
You see the vein through his bicep?
He was annoyed. He missed a 2-foot putt.
But this dude is 1,000 years old.
Let's not say he had road rage.
This dude is 1,000 years old, and he got a vein through his bicep.
Well, I do like that stuff because at least anything that's going to give me a chance to see him play more, I'm good with that.
But what's the skill level, right? I understand you got the putting holes and stuff like that, but I just don't get it. Because it's a small
Those
space.
things are remarkably accurate. Yeah. Put it this way. I went in there and did one of these things the other day where Was
it the big one? Or was it like just playing on the actual?
No, what you do is you set up on the computer and you are in front of a big screen and you hit the ball into the screen.
Yeah.
And you can play on almost any course that you have. I see it. He looks huge.
He looks like Aaron Judge.
He does look like Aaron Judge.
Oh, man.
He's also wearing a schmedium on that shirt, too.
Look at his forearm. Look by his elbow, man.
Well, listen.
His fingers are strong.
Listen, all of this aside, it's opening day.
I know.
Yankees
and
are opening
it's only one game in town?
Yankees are opening up in San Francisco tonight. Tomorrow, the Mets are opening up with Pittsburgh. The game tonight is on Netflix. The game tomorrow is on NBC at 1:15. And more than anything, just to start with both of the teams and what the expectations are. As we were talking about this before the show, we put so much on the Yankees because of what they have always been about and because they are not spending quite like the Dodgers anymore. Or not, I shouldn't even say anymore. The Dodgers have blown everybody away. But they're not even spending like the Mets right now. They still are up there, obviously. But the expectations with the Yankees, I feel like they lowered the bar on themselves, and I feel like that's starting to be somewhat successful in the way they have done it. I don't know that fans anymore have the expectation of a World Series. They have a hope of the World Series, yet at the same time, we look at the Mets and what they're spending, and we don't put that same level of expectation on the Mets. It's like, all right, if they make the playoffs, that's pretty good. And meanwhile, the Mets are blowing away the Yankees with what they are spending. So I don't know why all of that is, like why we are treating them so differently now.
Because they're still getting the same quality of players, right? Because the Mets have to pay the Mets tax, right? Yankees usually get a discount. People come to the Yankees and they compromise, right? Because of the weight and the value of the pinstripes.
I mean, certain places they do, but yeah, listen, Judge probably took a little bit less to stay.
Correct.
You know.
So what I'm saying is, the Mets are going to pay more to basically try and get the same caliber of team that the Yankees get. But with that being said, the expectations are different because of what the expectations have always been for the Yankees, right? Whenever you have the title as the most championships in North American sports, I mean, that's always going to carry that. But we're starting to get further and further away from the generations that remember the Yankees as fondly as the Yankees would be like to be remembered as, right? Because if you go to kids that are born in 2000, how many of them actually remember? Maybe, like if they were born in 2000, they were 9, they remember when the Yankees won a championship. But if you're born in 2005, you have no idea that the Yankees, you've never seen the Yankees win a championship. You've never heard about them winning a championship. You were 4 years old, and now you're 26. I mean, now you're 22 years old, and yet you've never seen them win. So you don't. Who's this dominant team that's like the dark? What do you call it? The evil empire.
Yeah,
they don't know that. So fans don't even have that expectation.
No, the Yankees aren't the evil empire anymore.
Right? But what I'm saying is, you remember them as the evil empire.
Yeah.
Kids like my son BJ, who's about to be 21 years old, they just look at the Yankees as the team that is a good team that always make the playoffs. They don't see them as a team that has the expectations and the standard. They're not saying the standard is the standard because they don't know that standard. They'll say that about Boston Red Sox. They'll say that about the Houston Astros. They'll say that about the Dodgers. Those are their super teams. Those are their dynasties. They don't know the Yankees as a dynasty.
Here was Buster Olney this morning on with Dave and Rick talking about the Yankees and whether or not they are clearly the best team even in their division.
I don't think clearly. I mean, this is the American League East this year is absolutely loaded, but they have had a phenomenal spring training. I mean, at the beginning of every spring training, I'm sure every training camp, if you were to ask, managers, coaches, general managers what they would most want, it would be, hey, can we stay healthy? And the Yankees have. To have Giancarlo Stanton doing damage in spring training, to have Garrett Cole throwing 96, 97 miles per hour, and the Yankees dreaming about, him joining the rotation relatively early in the year. I mean, they just have had so many things go right. I mean, I guess shortstop coming into the year, there's some question, when does Volpe come back? I don't think there's any doubt that one way or another they're going to get better play at shortstop because it's going to be a competition with Caballero, starting out, and then at some point Volpe comes back. George Lombard Jr. is going to be a factor, I think, later in the year. Whatever the makeup is at shortstop, whoever's playing it, it's going to be better than it was last year. Having Bednar established, and he threw the ball great in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, they really have had a lot of positive things happen in spring training.
Listen, the most positive thing is exactly what he mentioned there, which is about health outside of Volpe, and none of us expects Volpe. Maybe I'm being unfair. I don't expect Volpe to be the shortstop by the middle of the season. I think we're going to see a lot of that continue. But the fact that they have Cole coming back, and I hate this mentality sometimes because we're all operating under an assumption that there's not going to be any kind of a setback with Cole or with Rodon. But the fact that they do have them coming back and Cole does look the way he does, I don't know how you can't be more optimistic about what they're supposed to be. Yet, there doesn't seem to be an expectation of winning the World Series on the Yankees.
I think it's no expectation because simply everybody believes that nobody can catch the Dodgers. Like, we thought the Dodgers were gettable. Like, we couldn't believe what Toronto was doing to them. And all Toronto had to do was win one more. And that was the year in which, you talk about Mookie's wasn't playing his best. Right? You don't expect Mookie to be in that same place 2 years in a row. Right? You expect Mookie to play a lot better. You talk about the Dodgers and health. You talk about how unhealthy they were all last year, but turned it on when they needed to. If the Dodgers was gettable, they were gettable last year. Who did they sign that the Yankees were trying to get turned?
The outfielder, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker.
And plus Edwin Diaz as well.
Right. So, like, they gotten better.
Yeah.
And so, like, how much better with Garrett Cole are the Yankees? And can he change to make the difference? Because now you have two aces, guys that you feel comfortable with going out and taking the ball and being able to dominate. Because you're going to have to go through that hell of a lineup.
So I just looked up World Series winner for this year. Right now, the Dodgers are plus 200. In other words, they're 2-1 to win the World Series.
Let's play guess. Let's play guess that person.
Okay, I'll give you the next four. Or I want you to guess the next four teams that you think are the odds-on to to win the World Series.
Okay, Dodgers are given.
Yes.
I want to say people are really high on the Phillies.
Phillies are in there as well. They're in the top 5. They are 5th. They're tied at 5th at 16-1.
Yeah. You got to have the Yankees there. Garrett Cole coming back.
Yankees
MVP.
are 10-1. They are the second favorite. But notice the difference though between the Dodgers and the Yankees. 2-1 for the team that is the overall favorite, and the Yankees are 10-1. And they are the second favorite. So that's a big gap.
Okay, so we got 4, right?
We got 3. We got three so far.
I want to say people have been big on my Tigers for a couple of years, man.
So, you know who is big on them is Buster is big on them.
It's been 3 years they've been saying this is the year.
And the pitching is obviously with Framber Valdez now behind Skubal, much improved. But they are not there. They're at 22-1 right now, which might be some value for you there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Are the Astros still around?
The Astros are also they're at 25-1. You got the Mets at 13-1. You got the Mariners at 12-1, and then the Phillies and Red Sox are tied at 16-1. So you've got a bunch of teams, and then Toronto 17-1, Cubs 18-1, Baltimore, Atlanta 20-1. So you've got a bunch of teams that are in the middle.
The Peter Alonsos?
We're going to get to that in a minute. But you've got a lot of teams after the Dodgers that are not that far separated between 10-1 and 20-1. I mean, there's, 6, 7 teams that are in that same discussion, but everybody is a distant second right now to the Dodgers. And is that a surprise? No, it's not a surprise, but
the champions got deeper, of course.
But it gets more and more surprising to me that even though you look at this and you can say they're running it back, and I hate the mentality of Rodon and Cole being like trade deadline additions. It's hard to argue against all of it just because, like, my only argument would be you cannot count on somebody who is injured not suffering a setback of some sort.
Yeah, you're projecting too, right? But also, like,
and are you going to stay healthy for the year?
Yeah,
that's the best part of what Buster was saying earlier. Is the Yankees outside of Volpe have stayed healthy?
And I wonder how they monitor Cole, how they treat him, how they ramp him up, how they stretch him out. But everybody's excited to see what Slittler can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like the anomaly. Like, is he going to pick up where he left off? Now that it's expected of him. I mean, he was the hottest thing in the playoffs, man. It was like we forget how big that story was. He was walking around here like Linsanity.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And once again, like, what I hate is when you talk about how healthy we got out of training camp, but that doesn't mean anything because the season is so long, right? And you talk about Giancarlo and all those guys staying healthy, but that's, you just never know. You hope that you get one of these seasons where everybody's healthy, but odds are that it's not. And can you absorb it? And when it's time, and you talk about leaving some powder dry and all that stuff, when it's time, will they pounce? Or will they sit down and say, I love my prospects? Or will they come off of those prospects and do what needs to be done? Because would you go all in just to win one?
I don't know how you
be damn my future and say, don't worry about the future, like everything for right now?
Listen, you don't make a stupid move or an over-the-top move, but you certainly, I don't know how you don't if the opportunity presents itself. I don't know how you wouldn't. So this is the question. The expectation, is it still World Series or bust for you and the Yankees? At 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. You should be watching the show over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. You can leave comments there and be a part of the show already. We can get those in shortly, which you know that we will. And then we will spend a lot of time on the Mets as well and what the expectations are this year and why they're not more aligned with what the Dodgers and the Yankees are from the Met fan. Because they really should be when you factor in how much they are spending. 800-919-3776. The lines are open now on opening day. It's Bart and Carlin just getting started on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Ready to shoot your shot? Log into BetMGM and make your picks in the March Matchups 500K Pick'em for your chance to win a share of bonus bets. It's free to play and easy to get started. Just log into your BetMGM account and predict which teams will cover the spread in their matchup in each round of the college basketball tournament. If you get the most correct, you'll win a share of $100,000 in bonus bets. Even better, successfully pick the most teams to cover the spread in all 5 rounds of the tournament to win a share of $500K in bonus bets. Think you know college basketball? Log into BetMGM to make your picks to win a share of $100,000 in bonus bets per round. It's free to play. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
In Queens, watch for an accident on the northbound Whitestone Expressway 678 before you get up toward the Cross Island Parkway and the Whitestone Bridge. Right lane is closed at 20th Avenue. North Babylon, that Deer Park Avenue closed both ways. Serious crash involving maybe an overturned vehicle between Weeks Road and Shade Road. That's at North Babylon. And on the Southern State Parkway eastbound by the Meadowbrook, it's an accident blocking the right lane. Palisades Parkway in Rockland by exit 13. Broken out car in the right lane into Haverstraw. NJ Transit trains looking good, still about 25 to 30 minutes into town at the Lincoln and Holland Tunnels and George Washington Bridge. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred with all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN142673. MSRP $37,300. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR for $28.60 a month per $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Discover where your future can take you at SUNY Canton Spring Open House on Saturday, April 25th. Explore exciting new programs like data science and analytics and cybersecurity, designed to prepare you for today's most in-demand careers. Tour campus, meet faculty, connect with current students, and sit down with financial aid representatives. Plus, attendees can enter for a chance to win a scholarship. For registration details and information about courtesy bus trips from New York, email admissions@canton.edu. SUNY Canton, your future starts here.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Bart Carlin on the ESPN New York YouTube channel as well. You can watch the show there. Let's get right to the calls on this opening day. It's Andrew in Port Washington to start us off on ESPN New York. Drew, what's going on, bud? How are you?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good.
I lifelong Yankee fan. And I'm concerned with the Yankees. I don't think they really did much to improve themselves. But my main question is, Aaron Judge, he's going to be 34 years old. Playing him in the outfield day in and day out, that's begging for an injury. He's critical to the team. Why aren't they thinking of platooning him at DH with Stanton, who's only good for half the season anyway, and just limit his outfield to half the season as opposed to a whole season?
Well, I think
that would make
partially
sense?
you might have answered your own question there without even realizing it, is that they almost have to count on Stanton getting hurt at some point. And when he does, maybe you can just go ahead and get Judge those more at-bats as a DH then. I'm not going to be surprised this year if Judge has more games as a DH. I'm really not, because I do think there is truth to what you are saying. And I want to look, as we're talking, I'm going to go back and look at last year just to see how many games he actually did DH last season. But I think there's a lot of truth to what you're saying into what should happen. Last year he had 199 at-bats as a DH and 341 at-bats as a right fielder. I wouldn't say that number. He had the shoulder problem too, as Ray points out. But do you think that number? I think that number may not be that high again, but it's not going to be that. It's not going to be ridiculously. He's not going to have 550 at bats compared to 70 at bats as a DH.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I've heard some people actually talking about him moving to first base, which I think would be a disaster.
I don't think that's happening. A guy that big would be. It's just he's so crucial to the team. They got to keep him healthy, and it's just a concern that I would have. I'm also concerned with the bottom of the lineup. You got 3 guys who bat 220 collectively, and then you got a leadoff hitter that bats 235. I don't see how they're going to get past a team like the Blue Jays or Astro. I mean, it just. But you know what it is? They're not worried about the batting average. They're worried about getting on base. That's what they concern themselves with. So the batting average doesn't factor in anywhere near as much as it used to. So
but you get concerned when you get to the postseason. You play against better teams. To the caller's point, that you get stuck with runners in scoring position that don't get through. Because when you get to the bottom of the lineup, guys can't see through.
Listen, McMahon's an out. This is just what it is. I mean, if we're being truthful, that's what the situation is. And I have no faith in Volpe when he comes back. I would hope that he would somehow, I can't even say really rediscover, but discover what he was supposed to be, or we just accept what he is. And the Yankees don't seem like they want to fully accept what he is, which is not a great player, as it turns out. And defensively, certainly not what they thought he was going to be.
And, you get concerned, too, because we've just never seen a guy 280 pounds, 6'8". We don't know how that ages. And we're looking at, he's had a couple years where early on where he was injured, the toe and stuff like that. But then now we're in an era where he's been relatively healthy. And you're just asking yourself, how long can his good luck keep going?
So, to your point with that, you look at the last 5 years, it is remarkable how healthy he has stayed, because before that, it was never the case. 2021, 148 games. 2022, 157 games. 2023 was the only year where he missed 50 games. And then the last 2 years, 158, 152. I don't want to say you should be counting on it happening, but I don't want to say that you should be counting on him staying 100% healthy when we are getting further down the road and he's turning 34 in a few weeks. I think you're completely fair when you say that.
He turned 34 fast, man. You get a couple of years from this. He's 36. You're asking yourself, how's the back end of this contract going to age?
It's funny, like with Judge. I think you were certainly asking yourself that when Stanton signed his deal and then the Yankees ended up trading for him. And
when A-Rod,
now you see what it is, and A-Rod too. Like with Judge, it's just so good across the board right now. Like I kind of can have the mentality of I'll worry about it then.
Yeah, I got it. Like,
do you think
we're putting Judge in the same category as LeBron, KD?
Yeah. Do you think with Judge that when it happens, it's going to be a precipitous drop off?
Nah, I think it could be instant.
Yeah, like right off the top, it'll happen right away.
All of a sudden, you just can't turn the bat. The bat speed slows down, and now you're guessing, and guys are jamming your ass.
I mean, that's the way it usually goes.
Yeah.
That's the way it usually goes. Mitch in Freeport is next on ESPN New York. Mitch, what's going on?
How you doing, guys? Hey, Bart.
What up?
I'm a Yankee fan, like everybody says, but the bottom line is every year it's the same thing. Yankees can't hit when it's time for the playoffs. Good pitching beats good hitting, and we watch that. They don't have any good players that can hit for really average and hit all around instead of home runs. They even try to do Volpe to hit home runs all the time. They just need some solid players like we used to have with Brocious and all these other players that were all solid, good, all-around players. They keep going for the home run every time. It's like home run or bust. And it's like it's not going to work in the playoffs.
But this
really
stuff this stuff doesn't, like what you're talking about doesn't happen anymore. Yes, you do need to be more. I do think we see more teams that are contact related have some more success.
The Dodgers.
Yeah, but I think you have the wrong expectation. I can't believe I'm going to utter this sentence. Scott Brocious isn't walking through that door. It's not 1998. Let's not turn this into something that it's not. That was an all-time year from that guy. I know what he's saying, but when you have the bottom of the lineup that is what it is, as the caller earlier was bringing up, you don't worry about them as much when you know what they are. McMahon was there to play defense, and anything that you got on offense was certainly a bonus.
Well, will they not have to put bat to ball too often because of this? It should be a lot of low-scoring games when you think about this rotation. And you think about Cole and Free, Rodon, and if Schlittler can be who he's supposed to be, how long? Yeah, I know. Schlittler. How long?
Oh, did you?
I don't know.
It happened.
But that's all right. Honestly, that even then,
right,
you could let that go.
Yeah.
I think you could probably let that go, but that's all right. We know what he was doing.
It's going to happen. It's okay.
As long as it has a lure on the end. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as that's happening.
As long as it's got a lure, not an on the
right.
end.
It should be low scoring games. right? And the bullpen we expect to be a lot better this year because they should be rested, not be counted on because guys are going, not going long into games. We expect, you expect Max, maybe not Cole early on, maybe go 5. You expect Carlos to go 6 or 7, and Slittler is a young dude that should be able to go a lot farther.
Listen, when Rodon is back and he's good, and then you get Cole back later in the year, the Yankees, if that's what it looks like come the postseason, I have a lot fewer doubts about them than I would at the moment. Now, it's only because I just always cannot stand taking for granted somebody coming back from injury.
Yeah.
And just assuming that everybody's he's going to be just as good and just as fine, and it's not going to be nearly as much of a problem anymore. Bronx, New York, checking in. Leave it to Carlton, to be a Debbie Downer on Yankees opening day. The worst. I'm not being a Debbie Downer. I'm actually being optimistic about what this is. I'm being completely optimistic about what this is. I don't ever want to rely on that. So what I'm expecting of the Yankees is when you're spending $324 million, I don't think it's out of hand to expect them to win a World Series at some point.
Damn. The Dodgers are outspending them about $85 million?
Yeah. Dodgers are outspending them.
They're at 415, 419,
something like that. Yeah. Little north of 4. Then the Mets at 370, and then the Yankees at like 320, 325.
Jeez.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Also over on the ESPN New York YouTube page, which is where you should be watching the show each and every day. You can subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube, stream the entire full Weekday Lineup live, watch complete replays, catch up fast with can't-miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, make your voice part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now. Stay locked in so you never miss a moment. Lines are open. Yankees season is open at 800-919-3776.
St. John's has advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. Now, East Region top seed Duke stands in the Johnny's way for a trip to the Elite Eight. Coverage begins Friday at 6:50, only on 1050 ESPN.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs, so if you want to throw a few bucks on Aaron Judge hitting a homer for a game you're watching, or maybe Juan Soto doing the same, you can do it on FanDuel. So, ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
In the 2008 NCAA tournament, sophomore Steph Curry led 10th-seeded Davidson on a thrilling Cinderella run to the Elite Eight. In the 4 games, Curry scored 40, 30, 33, and in the final game against eventual national champion and 1-seeded Kansas, he dropped 25 in a 59-57 defeat.
Looking back, I'm definitely proud of what we accomplished.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
I want to get to some of the comments here on the YouTube page, ESPN New York YouTube channel. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. Let's see here. Number 1, Primo Sabe, Yankees in a show-me state when they make it to the postseason. That's pretty much it every year now. That's all it is a show-me situation, because that now it's just the expectation to be in the postseason. I wonder if, this is going to sound strange, I wonder if the losses in the postseason have beaten down the Yankee fan a little bit over the years.
They've been conditioned. Just think, they've been conditioned. And the fan base is getting, I think, younger as the older guys are moving on that remember the Yankees and what they used to be in the glory days. And so now you have these young guys that they're just happy. They don't have the expectations. They hear how great the Yankees used to be. They know how important. You know what this is like? This is like the era after the Big 3 in Dallas. We still have the same expectations, but it's based off of what Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, Charles Haley, and Troy Aikman did. They're not based off real facts, because off of real facts, you can say that the Yankees are a good organization, not a great one, not a championship one. You say that more. People in this era think more about the Phillies as more of a championship era, more of like the Red Sox, and more of like I think they think Houston is like, oh man, Houston. Despite all the adversity, Houston is that organization. Like the Yankees, people just look at them as like a solid team. They do solid things. As far as the young guys, that's not my age or not your age, Carlin.
it is funny when you say that if you're born in 2005, which feels like yesterday, it's 22 years ago now, that you're not somebody who is at 4 years old remembering the Yankees winning the World Series.
Yeah.
And it's like borderline a generation ago now at this point since you have won a World Series.
Yeah.
We're coming up on that. A couple of the other comments here. Yankees will win the AL East. Blue Jays will not overachieve again. Another individual says, Blue Jays, I'm not sure that the Blue Jays, this is from Tsunami, I'm not sure that the Blue Jays are a better team this year compared to last year. The Bichette thing is one thing, but they also got Dylan Cease. I don't think you want to forget about that. The injuries have hurt them through the spring.
Yeah,
the injuries have certainly hurt them through the spring.
Yeah, you want to ask yourself, did they discover something as a team, as a group, to perform and play at a higher level than maybe they even thought they could?
I think it's an interesting question, and when they came as close as they did, I also
they'll be kicking themselves.
But that's the thing. I also wonder, when you're a team that comes that close, what happens? Do you rebound quickly from that?
Yeah.
Or not? Because I've seen it happen with other teams where you come, within a strike or two of winning the World Series, and then the next year, that still lingers and holds over your head.
Yeah.
So I'd be a little bit worried about that. The team I'd be, frankly, a little more worried about is the Red Sox. I mean, the Red Sox have gone out and they have gotten better. So the Blue Jays right now, you've got Savage who's hurt. You've got Shane Bieber who's hurt. You've got Jose. I don't think Bieber's even throwing until May. Berrios got hurt with the stress fracture in his elbow, so they've got those kinds of problems. But the Yankees, or rather the Red Sox, there's Crochet. They made a very good move with Ranger Suarez, who are bringing over from the Phillies, and then Sonny Gray. Is Sonny Gray going to
He's still around?
Is he going to come back and stick it up the Yankees? You know what? Let's hit some calls. 800-919-3776. More of the comments coming in here as well. We'll get to the Mets here shortly. 800-919-3776. Greg in Queens is next on ESPN New York. Greg, what's going on, dude?
Hey, guys. Love the show. Listen, I was listening to you guys talk about run out of gas. A funny story. But I had a 71 Ford Tornado. And
yeah, you did.
The gas never was working. So what happened? My car got stolen twice, and each time I found my car no more than 2 or 3 blocks from my house because it ran out of gas. They stole the battery, but it ran out of gas.
Talk about the ultimate anti-theft device.
I'm going back to the early 70s, so it's kind of crazy.
It's like your own version of LoJack.
Right.
I know where it is because we didn't have much gas left. He's not more than a mile away.
Exactly. It was crazy. But, I'm going to also let you guys know I love your show, your Bart. You like the Mad Hatter of football to me.
The Mad Hatter of football.
The way you break down plays.
I appreciate it.
The way you break down plays and analyze the game, and even with the salary, it's superb, But I love you guys' show. Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure. Do you still got the Tornado?
No, I wish I did.
Would have been a classic right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Thanks, guys.
Man. Thank you.
You always got to be careful because, like, a lot of times too, when you get an older car, and you're trying to fix it up. You a lot of times the gas tank is what runs out, and it it rots, dry rots.
Yeah.
And so you put a new one in there. You just don't know if that gauge is for that tank. If it can really calculate that tank when you got older cars, man. That's why I don't play around. Whenever I was driving one of my older cars, if it looked like it's about to hit a quarter tank, I'm going to get some gas.
My buddy in high school, now this is late 80s, okay? I graduated high school in 1990. My buddy had a 1963 Chrysler Newport.
Whoa.
That thing
was luxury.
Oh, it was massive.
How much chrome and stuff was on that thing?
Here was the best part about it. The chrome wheel covers.
Yeah. Hubcaps.
The hubcaps.
Tell the young people what they call it.
Hubcaps, yeah. I forgot what they were called. Hubcaps, that's right. Bart, if you took even the sharpest little turn on a street, the hubcaps come flying off.
look like one of them old Dolomite bills. Car, the whole car.
He would, and that was the time in life where, like, you had like $3 to your name, so you'd go up, you pull up to the gas station, give me $2 a regular.
Yeah.
You know,
yo, that's 2 gallons.
Yeah, and that
People
2 gallons on a Chrysler Newport got you 2 miles. It's Bart
Let me put
Carlin.
the guzzler tax.
Oh my God, this thing was a monster.
That's all they do, swallow gas, baby.
Like, this had to be bigger than a lot of boats. It was just absolutely
They always
insane.
had a bunch of chrome, man, on it. Just chrome.
There was a lot of
days.
chrome, and then the back seat was like an apartment.
Yeah. You could fit 4 or 5 bodies in the trunk.
Oh,
too.
easy
Easy
Absolutely.
work.
In Jersey, maybe 6.
And you got the jack still there and the spare still in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Then you got to take the spare out to get 6 bodies in there.
You try to put the spare on, it still looks like a tiny little donut. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S preferred all-wheel drive for just $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM108368. MSRP $31,435. Zero security deposit. Ends 3/31/26.
Start spreading the news. New York Yankees baseball is back in the Bronx. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, April 4th for a Yankee Stadium promotional giveaway tradition. Calendar night. The first 40,000 in attendance will receive a New York Yankees calendar courtesy of MasterCard. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, it's Yankees calendar night on Saturday, April 4th against the Miami Marlins. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Ready to shoot your shot? Log into BetMGM and make your picks in the March Matchups 500K Pick'em for your chance to win a share of bonus bets. It's free to play and easy to get started. Just log into your BetMGM account and predict which teams will cover the spread in their matchup in each round of the college basketball tournament. If you get the most correct, you'll win a share of $100,000 in bonus bets. Even better, successfully pick the most teams to cover the spread in all 5 rounds of the tournament to win a share of $500K in bonus bets. Think you know college basketball? Log into BetMGM to make your picks to win a share of $100,000 in bonus bets per round. It's free to play. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Mets home opener is tomorrow, 1:15, first pitch. Game is on NBC, but then also 12:25. Don't forget, it is right here on 880 ESPN. Couple of things. Number one, we did not touch on it. I was out last week when the news came. Howie Rose retiring after this year. Listen, as far as the great voices in this city, Howie has been that for 30-plus years. And I was just thinking about this last night at Madison Square Garden. And I was talking to one of our friends from SUNY Westchester about the Rangers and about 94. And just thinking about Howie's Mateau call in 94 and how iconic that was. But then what he has been with the Mets since then as well, it's just been remarkable. And let me tell you, there is not a classier guy around than Howie Rose. He is absolutely fantastic, and I couldn't be more excited for him to get celebrated this year because that's what he deserves. He absolutely deserves to get celebrated as a great, great voice in New York sports. And listen, we know how voices on the radio and doing games and on TV connect with the fans, and I think it's absolutely such an awesome relationship. And he's been a guy that's always been amazing to me personally and to everybody. Like, I can't get anybody to say a negative thing about Howie Rose. I'm really excited for him.
What's your favorite call?
I mean, I in 94.
What's yours? Pandemonium and Piscat?
No. That's not my. Listen, as I look back at that, and I said that, like, that wasn't even a great call as I go back and look at it. But Howie, with the Rangers beating the Devils in 1994 to get to the finals, and his Mateau on Stefan Mateau's OT goal, I was an Islander fan at the time. I hated the Rangers. And even I think about that call, and I couldn't help but get goosebumps when he made that call. So, to me, that's always the goosebump ones are always the ones that are going to get you. Not even in the moment,
yeah,
but when you see it again and again and again, or you hear it again and again and again, and you know you're going to get it, like that to me is always going to be a great one. And how we, whenever the Mets beat the Yankees, put that in your books.
I mean, it's nothing like the narrators, and you do this a lot too, right? With Rutgers and stuff like that. You just become the voice of a time, right? The moment. Always, people don't realize how hard it is to articulate and try and encapsulate a moment where the fans can receive it. But, when they become moments that people remember certain calls, right? Stolen by Bird. Like, people remember those moments.
Yep.
There you go. See ya.
Yep.
Give my guy one.
Absolutely. And John got one. Like, I think about the greatest sporting event that I ever watched, or sporting moment, I should say, that I ever watched live on TV was 1988, the Dodgers Game 1 in the World Series against Eckersley, who was completely unhittable, and Kirk Gibson limping out to home plate and hitting a home run, right?
Yeah.
And then doing this and that. And both the calls of Vin Scully and then Jack Buck on radio. Jack Buck, I don't believe what I just saw. Like, unreal. And I still get it in here when I think about that. And it's to me that it just encapsulates an entire I wouldn't even say fan base. I would just say Amazing moments. And when you're a broadcaster and you get an amazing moment, which they do not come along for people very often, your biggest fear is, dear God, don't let me screw this up. Right. Don't let me screw this up. And when you have, like, stolen by Bird, like, think about that. You can't even anticipate that.
Yes. Regular just take the ball out play. Like, bro, you ain't going to say that about DJ laying it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I am going to.
Screw you, DJ.
Listen, I am going to make sure that I go out of my way this year to listen to Howie as much as I can. Because he's such a great dude, and I hope he enjoys every bit of what will be certainly a farewell tour that he 100% deserves. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to the Mets themselves, we can sit here and talk about what the expectations are for the season. But in just kind of connecting with Met fan friends of mine over the last few days, it is amazing how annoyed they are by the fact that when Alonso was doing anything in spring training with Baltimore, it was everywhere. And when he was, like, striking out and not hitting at all in spring training, you didn't hear about it. And they get the feeling like that's what that season is going to be about if things don't go right, about how they let Pete Alonso go. So I don't know how they look at it now from that standpoint, but I would be thoroughly annoyed if all I'm thinking about and all I'm hearing about is Pete Alonso and what he does this year.
I wonder I really didn't get a good feeling on the pulse of Met fans and how they truly feel about not having Pete Alonso around. Like, did they say, hey, it was too much for him? Or I'm sure it's split. He was such a polarizing figure, here with the Mets and his ability to step up. He was a true captain, the way he performed and the way he led. But I just felt like once Lindor came, I felt like the better player is usually the captain. And then when Soto came, he's like the third best player or the fourth best player. And at some point, it's like he loses his superpowers, And he did everything that he was supposed to do. But when you get to the point where every year it's like, do we pay him, do we not pay him? Like, you shouldn't have to continue to convince somebody that you're worth a long-term commitment. And so, he goes to Baltimore. That's a place that I know well, and you talk about a place that loves their baseball. They love their football. They love their baseball. They don't have basketball. This is a sports town. And, with his character and how he carries himself, he'll become beloved really quickly. And we'll always be able to get a feeling on how he's doing because he's right there with the Yankees, because they're going to play against the Yankees. So he's going to be coming into our market all the time. And I think we're going to have mixed feelings during the season. If Pete's doing well, we're going to say, hey, we miss him, especially if they struggle. But the Mets have a mandate. I mean, this is year 2 of Juan Soto's Met career, where we expect to have a generational talent. We expect this is our Aaron Judge, and they fell short. And it feels like Aaron Judge has been with the team forever, but it was like 7-8 years. The teams may have disappointed and fallen short, but they've also had a very, very high floor. And with Juan Soto, we expect, if they're not winning, we still expect a very high floor because Juan Soto is supposed to be the best player in baseball. And I know last year, when you look at it statistically, he was right where he was supposed to be, but it didn't feel that way. He didn't feel like a dominant presence.
Listen, I think Soto at this point is somebody that I would look at, and he's just the superstar player at this team, and you're going to get what you're going to get. And I don't even think about what he's going to be this year. I really don't. It's just I'm not even factoring him in. I'm factoring in more of what everybody else is going to look like. Because they there were a couple of things that were really interesting to me that I think catch my attention. Number one, with the Mets. So this is supposed to be about run prevention this offseason. They went out and got Luis Robert from the White Sox, and he's going to play center field. And if you look at his offensive years the last couple of years, they were down, but he was immediately going to make them better in the outfield. Okay, so anything you get offensively, you feel like is a bonus. That's fine. Alonso, they will certainly show you how bad the defensive metrics were. And whether it's Brett Beatty at first base, who hasn't played it before, they expect him to be better.
Pete never felt that bad to me. He would stretch out. I know a couple went over his head. He lost a couple, but that didn't really feel like it was his fault.
It was more about the plays that Pete – it wasn't about glaring errors. It was more about the plays that they felt like a good first baseman would make that Pete did not make. You know, if that makes sense.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like the plays that wouldn't show up, a ball going to his left that another first baseman would get that he wouldn't get. Well, you wouldn't really be able to tell in the moment of that. But I also think that, so we're going to talk about the defense being better. Simeon's going to make you better defensively. If you're expecting Marcus Semien to come over and rediscover himself, be careful. Just be very careful about that. Because as a Ranger fan, Marcus Semien, I watched him, and he was okay, but the last couple of years, it has fallen off pretty precipitously. So if you're getting better defensively there and that's what you're thinking about, great. If you look at it like that, whatever we get is a bonus. But then you've got Bichette, who you bring over, and you're moving to third base. Listen to Buster about this morning with Dave and Rick about the Mets trying to be better in run prevention, but at the same time, Bichette, people look at and think it's a concern.
Yeah, him at third base, that's going to be an issue. And they're thinking, between the way he throws, and I think I mentioned this to you guys in the winter, just talking with Blue Jays people, he didn't dive after balls at shortstop. That was not his thing. And if you're playing third base, it's a step and a dive. And so it's going to be really interesting. And maybe it works out. But I think there are a lot of evaluators who feel like that if he were going to change position, second base would have been a much better spot. It'll be interesting to see what he does there. In the end, the shift of Beatty to first base will be excellent for the Mets. He's better suited to play first base than I think Jorge Polanco. And a lot of the contribution that Polanco is going to do, and he's a great pro, will be at DH. And I think that's a good spot. And it's good news for the Mets. Francisco Alvarez continues to get older, and he's dropping some weight and all those things. I think he learned from what really was a down season for him last year.
I think the Bichette thing is fascinating to me. That if you're expecting him to move over to third, and he was a guy that didn't want to dive for balls at shortstop, whereas at third base, there's a reason that they call it the
high corner.
It's one shot, and it's one step, and then a dive or a play. You don't have the time that you have at shortstop to make that play.
Roger Dorn, you want to get in front of one?
Exactly. I was going to, Ray, get the clip. I meant to tell you this morning. I'm annoyed with myself right now because there is the clip. I believe it's Dorn of saying, "What do you want me to do? Dive for it?" Like I feel like we could use that a few times maybe this year with Bichette.
It says right here in my contract, no strenuous exercise that I don't want to do.
Well, listen, I'm looking at the Mets and we're trying to make this about run prevention and defense and pitching. Okay. So we're moving Soto from right to left for a rookie in Carson Bench.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Alonso's gone. We're getting a guy over there who hasn't really played there before. And then we're better up the middle with Robert, but then we're moving Bichette to third. I hate it when you're shifting a lot of pieces around to try to make something fit. I don't know. And I would have signed Bichette too. I have no problem with that signing, but still.
Who was that last year for the Yankees that was able to play? Was it Bellinger?
Yeah.
Like, hey, whenever you need me. Yeah.
But like he's that guy who can do that. He's skilled defensively. I don't like doing it a lot with a lot of different guys. That's my point. That's my point. Let's hit some calls at 800-919-3776. We will also get in your comments over on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be watching the show. Although this comment here is pretty funny. KJ Jammer, I was an Islander fan at the time. What the hell does that even mean? Here's what that means. I was an Islander fan in the 80s because I followed my big brother.
Yeah.
My big brother, Jim, who lives in Iowa, who I was talking about the other day. And I would follow whatever he did. And what he did was he jumped on all the good teams. The Islanders won 4 Stanley Cups. Oh, Jim's an Islander fan.
Front runner.
I didn't realize that I was front running with him at that time. So I don't know what it was. I kind of fell out of love with having, I don't know, any kind of a spirit that actually believed in being a fan anymore. It's hard for me to be a fan as much as I used to be. I still root for him, but I was an Islander fan at the time. You know what it is? Like, when you're a fan, you're growing up, you had hatred for particular teams, did you not?
Of course.
I hated the Yankees. I hated the Rangers. Now, I'm indifferent. And the Yankees are good for business. But I don't hate the Yankees and I don't hate the Rangers like I used to hate them anymore. I don't know why that is.
You've matured.
I don't think that's it. I think I saw the Yankees suffer the ultimate humiliation in 2004, and that was enough for me. And I also got to fly back after Game 7 when they lost in 2001 to the Diamondbacks, and Mike was all annoyed and flying back on that plane. I must have had 7 Budweisers on that flight home from Arizona on that red eye. Ryan, the mailman, is up on ESPN New York. Ryan, what's going on?
Hey, I was doing been a minute.
Yeah, where you been?
I moved down south, man, and I got a new schedule, so it's kind of hard. I've had a home down south for some years. I was traveling back.
Where you living?
In New York and in South.
Was it Charlotte?
I'm in Georgia now.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Congrats, man. Are you getting ready for all that damn pollen on your car? For like 2 months?
My daughter, I came outside one day. My daughter said, it's that time where you get pollen over your car because my kids have lived out here for my kids and my wife for the last 5 years. It was just kind of hard for me to get a transfer from my job down here, and they finally gave it to me last year.
What do you have to do? Like, when you're doing that, how long did you wait? I don't want to go through the whole process, but I've always been fascinated by that. You have to wait 4 years when you request a transfer?
It's a lot because I work for the Postal Service, but I took a complete change in career. Like, now I'm in charge of facilities and maintenance for one of the offices out here. So I do all the repairs. But it took 4 years for me to get the transfer because people don't really give up a mail carrying job in the South because you don't walk nowhere. You drive all day.
Oh, okay.
So
you know what? Here's the other thing that would drive me nuts, too. If I was a mailman, it would absolutely drive me nuts. When I moved from one town to the other in New Jersey, you went from having a mailbox to a mail slot. So you're not just driving up to the mailbox. Now you got to walk up to the door and put it through the slot.
Yep.
Yeah, that would drive me up the wall.
All day.
What do you want me to do? Walk?
Yeah. So when you drive all day, you just stick your hand out the truck. Who's giving that up? They ain't leaving, so it's hard to find slots.
And when it's raining, you're not jumping outside in that.
Right.
Anyway.
So they offered me a different position. And
okay.
I was like, man, I'm going to just take it because I had a house down here forever, and I got tired of traveling back between New York and Georgia.
Anyway, what do you got?
Well, I was going to say with the point you guys were making earlier about people your younger generation view the Yankees different. My son picked up baseball last year. My son plays soccer and basketball, and last year was his first year playing baseball. And I was looking at this thing on social media, like which championship drought in New York hurts the most. And I was like, the Yankees. And he was like, the Yankees? He's like, okay, like, they're okay. They're like, I was like, no, the Yankees are amazing. He was like, they're okay. Because he's 14. He has no clue about the championship years of the Yankees. Wow. And then me, I'm going down memory lane with him. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's like, they're a good team. Like, he just thinks of it as a good team. Like, this generation thinks of the Yankees as like, yeah, they're decent. They're going to be in the playoffs, but they're just good. They have no connection to the past of the Jeters and the Johnsons and Randy Johnson. They don't care about that. They just see them as, oh, yeah, you got Aaron Judge and you're decent. And it burned my soul for him to say that.
No, listen, I get it. And all it does, it's two things. Number one, it's more about us. It's more about us just feeling older. Like when you have a 14-year-old kid and that kid has no concept of Derek Jeter and what he looked like playing, when all you could see around this town were little kids with Jeter jerseys for 20 years, like to think that he has no concept of that is painful.
We blame you, Ryan. Just put on that. You know what I'm saying? History only is lost when people stop telling it. No, just play.
But that's the thing, is like, I don't think for a minute that these younger fans now have any concept of what it looked like. And I don't want to sound like an old guy when I say that, but it just looks so different. Now it's just hitting hope. Back then, it wasn't hitting hope. It was expect. And usually you expected, and usually it came through because of what they had to work with. A couple of the other comments, Bart. Arturo, we had a 77 Oldsmobile wagon.
Oh.
Man, turning the radius in older cars is something rise. We'd have to start turning the steering wheel like 8 times just to go left or right.
That before that real
one
power
of those handles on the wheel.
That before that power steering came in, man.
Yep.
You ain't be You look at all our grandparents' farms, big as hell, look like Popeye the Sailor Man.
You put on that handle on the wheel like you're trying to open up the floodgates.
Close the reservoir to the Hoover Dam.
Another one, Kenneth Smith, 77 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Ooh.
With the front seats up. There's a bedroom in the back seat. And then, honorable mention, too, would be any Crown Vic. Oh, the Crown Vic. That is top-notch right there.
If you were in the 80s, you just had your box Chevy Caprice.
You know what we forgot to do? Maybe we need to do it for tomorrow with opening day, the hot dog thing. We were talking about bringing in hot dogs to the office. That's going to cost me money, and that's going to make effort. Like, I don't know if I want to do all
Are you talking about doing the 999 challenge?
No, we were not talking about doing the 999 challenge, which is complete crap.
What about a 333 challenge?
We were talking about, like, getting a Maggie one time on opening day. Like, we used to get pizza on the first day of the NCAA tournament. Yeah. On opening day, Maggie sent out for, like, a mini hot dog cart.
Cart.
And they brought one in.
And you make your own hot dogs.
Yeah. And it was a good setup.
And
but like
that, Jacks.
Here's the problem. That requires effort on my part. And I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm going to eat some hot dogs when I'm about to get on the plane for 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours.
That's probably not your best move. Do you have you're going to go get on a 7-8-hour flight. I'm going to ask this for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Do you have a strategy with how you handle yourself leading up to that flight?
I don't.
No?
Nah, I can't sleep on flights anyway.
But not even the sleeping. I'm talking about the bathroom strategy.
Oh, no.
What you eat or what you don't eat.
No, I'll lock up.
You shut it down?
Yeah. What do you call it? Like traveler's constipation?
Okay.
But
Joe Fortenbaugh of ESPN, of course, betting analyst, my former partner on ESPN radio, but we have him on all the time. Joe will not use a restroom on an airplane no matter how long the flight is.
Me either.
For anything.
Me either.
You won't do it.
I don't move.
Why?
I don't know. I don't move.
But he won't do it because he does not, everybody else. He doesn't trust everybody else and, like, the disgusting factor. But, like, even if, I'm like, what do you do as far as drinking? You go up there, you get so dehydrated.
He don't go pee-pee?
No. Nothing. No.
Every once in a while I have
to go. If you are doing the other thing on the airplane, I want to drop you out of the airplane right then. You shouldn't be allowed to do that on an airplane. That's just completely disrespectful.
Now, I have, because I've, flown to, Hawaii, stuff like that. But I don't move. And
you don't even get up to stretch or anything?
I always get a window seat, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now when I get the window seat now, little known fact here. For the fat man, the window seat, no, worse.
Worse?
Less space.
See,
it's
like
worse to be in the window than it is in the middle.
I feel like you don't have to touch nobody because you can.
No.
One, you're in the window, you fight. You're in the middle, you fighting for the armrest.
Well, first of all, a couple of months ago, I was on a flight, and it's on my IG at that guy Carlin. Myself and 2 other big guys in the exit row. Because Because, like, here's what's going on. Economy Plus is now my people. Like, we are doing everything we can to dominate Economy Plus.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to pay for first class. And I wouldn't even pay for first class anyway.
That's just a waste.
I travel so much that occasionally I'll get bumped.
Gotcha.
But because of, like, miles or whatever. But 3 of us, and Bart, when I tell you that in this row, it was a short flight. It was when I was going to Iowa to do the Des Moines game. Chicago to Des Moines. 3 of us. Bart, I was the smallest.
Wow. The fat boys are back.
Totally.
And you know they never been whacked.
You thought we were that movie Disorderly. And I was in the window seat.
Yeah.
I was jammed up.
Oh, man.
Like, from my left, there's no – the windows to my left, my arm was jammed up against the window the entire time. And then, of course, there's the guy in the middle. And the 3 of us just looked at each other like, we're in this together, boys. And we're thinking, all right, this is a 45-minute flight.
So the guy in the middle, he gonna put his hands in the middle so he create less space, become smaller, or did he put both his hands on the armrest and make himself bigger?
He didn't put both his hands on the armrest, but he didn't make himself smaller. I always go out of my way to make myself smaller.
Yeah. Lean. Like I'll lean like, and plus when you got the window, I sleep on the window against the window, so I'll put my head against the window. So I'm already leaned over, so the person in the middle get more space because I'm leaned over. That's how I sleep. You don't lean on the window and go to sleep, but put your pillow against the window?
I don't have a choice but lean on the window because my head's already jammed up against it if I'm in a window seat. I'm always in the aisle if I can. Or a middle. I think middle is a little bit.
I like middle.
I don't love it, but if you have enough leg room, if you're in an emergency row, it's workable.
I think I'm in the one with the lay down. I think I have my own cubby.
I'm sure that you do. I'm sure that you're in the super high-end first class. That's what it is. I think I actually have my own plane.
No, man. I just think I'm in the cubby.
When you get on the plane, are they handing you slippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And they give you a bag.
Yeah.
With stuff in it.
Yes.
It's all kind of stuff.
Yep. You're going to have the eye covers.
Yep.
You're going to have all that.
The blankie, the headphones.
I'm usually walking right past those people, cursing them out. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
This is the Michael Kay Show.
Of all the people that are in baseball, you're going to boo Aaron Judge? Are you out of your minds? In spring training. And one other thing, every player that reveres Judge throughout Major League Baseball, they hear the boos. You think they want to go play in New York after that? If Aaron Judge, one of the best right-handed hitters of a generation, is going to get booed in spring training, you think they want to deal with it?
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs, so if you want to throw a few bucks on Aaron Judge hitting a homer for a game you're watching, or maybe Juan Soto doing the same, you can do it on FanDuel. So, ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios-based monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent.
Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
I do want to point this out later on today, and we will bring this back here during Am I the Nozzle, but I am honored that I am in Drop Madness as a 1 seed. I believe in the nether region. Is that correct? I believe I'm in the nether region. And today, I absolutely rolled in round 1. And today, I am in round 2. And Bart, I am up against Richard in Manhattan. Richard.
That's classic.
So here's what I'm up against. Here's what it was. This is my drop in Drop Madness that you will be able to vote on later today on DHR, later on this afternoon. And this, of course, was when I nearly lost my life during a game.
This is college football. Excuse me, this is college football on ESPN Radio. Oh, my God.
I forgot that the oh, my God was there at the end, too.
That was you?
That was me.
Sound like a totally different person.
That was me on the Georgia-Florida game a year ago, the 2024 Georgia-Florida game, world's largest cocktail party down in Jacksonville, and I nearly died. And I had something caught in my throat, and I just couldn't. I was trying to get the break, and I couldn't get the break.
This is college football.
This is the good.
Excuse me, this is college football.
Bro, you ain't got nobody else that could have came in and took over and talked to you for a second?
Everybody within
you got
the
no co-host next to you?
It was Max Starks was the guy who was with me.
Come on, Max.
And Max is looking at me. John Martin, who is a legend at ESPN Radio Chief, was producing the game. They both looked at me like, are you going to die right now?
I would have been concerned. I would have been getting ready for the Heimlich.
But here's the best part, though. It's a college football game. And if you hear the back end of it, as I am coughing up, the bands are just still playing.
This is college football.
Good. That's all, folks.
Excuse me, this is college football on ESPN Radio. Oh, my God.
And you still hear the oh, my God at the end.
They were still running.
So I'm up against Richard in Manhattan today, and this is Richard's entry today.
2 beautiful women died. I'll give you them quickly.
I don't know. Johnny Winthrop, Johnny Pickens is still in there. Johnny, do you think that I have a chance? Yeah? You think I'm going to win this? I hope so. Richard, I'm taking it that was probably an 8-9. That had to be an 8-9 seed. Boy, if that's an 8-9 seed, that is a strong, strong region.
2 beautiful women died. I'll give you them quickly.
2 beautiful women died.
It's either me dying or 2 beautiful women dying. Anyway, that's on DHR later on today. Let us get to some sideline to sideline.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Tom Bauer is here, and he has got sideline to sideline for us. Thomas?
Yes, I am here for sideline to sideline. So, let's start out with Joe Flacco. He has signed a 1-year deal to re-sign with the Cincinnati Bengals. Good for him. That's not too much of an interesting headline.
Well, I tell you, you have really just come out on fire in this segment.
It's not as bad as you
Good for him.
It's not as bad as you coughing going to break.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I was going to die. But that's fine, Tom. That's all right. Go ahead.
That's okay. Any rate, he had this quote, though, about teams that didn't sign him. Believe me, I wish I was a guy somewhere at the age of 41, and I think teams are dumb for not having me be that guy. Not being one of those guys to go sign somewhere, yeah, it pisses me off a little bit.
Wait. What does he mean here? I'm not clear on what exactly he means by not being that guy that somebody goes.
He is saying
he should be a starter.
That's exactly what he's saying, Bart. He wants to be a starter somewhere, and he's mad that he is not being picked up as a starting quarterback.
Okay, did anybody remind him that he's Joe Flacco?
And that he's 41.
Yeah.
He said, hey, y'all picking Aaron Rodgers at 41. Look what I did with the Bengals.
Won't get any argument from me on that. You want Joe Flacco? You want Aaron Rodgers? It's a wash to me, if you ask me. But
Joe Flacco going to give you 17 interceptions.
It might give you 20 touchdowns, but you get 17 interceptions. Joe Flacco, low-key, got some Jameis in him.
Of late, his giver, you know what meter, he like, I'm a backup, I ain't nothing special, I'm swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
What he did last year with the Bengals was great until he threw 2 pick sixes. Like, bro, like, you just erased the 400, 500 yards you just threw, folks. You just gave...
You just threw 1,000 yards, 500 of them going the other way. Honestly, Joe, just need a concept there. Get a clue about where you are in your career. Joe got a massive contract off of winning the Super Bowl. Like, what else do you expect at this point?
And he's doing what all great players should get the opportunity to do. Still for a couple of years. He's making $4 or $5 million a year. Really, a lot of them times he don't have to play. And then when he gets in, he gets to come in and be the hero in the story.
All right. You know what this is. We haven't done it in a while. Ray, I'm going to need you to come back for a second. I'm going to need you to turn down the music.
How much?
It's time to play. How much did that guy make?
Okay. It's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. And I will include this contract in it if we have the details on what this contract is.
No, we shouldn't say it. We should assume it. Remember, because we're trying to see how much he made. So we shouldn't say how much he made.
All right, I don't know how much he has made so far in his career. Bart came into the league In 2008,
I'm fully aware.
Joe Flacco, how much did that guy make Bart Scott?
Now, this is difficult because I don't think he saw all his money from the Ravens. He only got his guaranteed money. Let me quit giving everybody
I'm saying
tips.
through 2025. I'm not going to include the 2026 deal.
Yeah, okay. So, like, of course he didn't get all that money when he became the record setter, I believe, in 2012 or 2013 when he became that. Man, but after that, he still got 13 years in. It was just like year 17 for him?
I believe so, yeah.
Wow.
I believe this might be year 18 coming up.
Wow.
Or 19.
So I would say he had that contract, but then after that, he became a journeyman. He never went somewhere and started. So he hasn't been starting for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he lost his job to Lamar Jackson, he probably, 7 years in? So for the 10 years he's been a journeyman. I'll
give you a small hint.
No, you don't have to.
It's not really a hint, but let's just put it this way. Last time he was paid like a full-time starter was 2019. Okay? So do with that information what you will.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to say Joe Flacco has made $105 million.
$105 million. Ray Dinahan, how much has Joe Flacco made?
Joe Flacco has made $90 million.
$90 million in his career. And we turn to Tom Bauer. Tom Bauer, how much did Joe Flacco make?
I might be a little ridiculous here. I'm going to say $181 million.
All right. I think we have to call BS on something here. Tom Bauer's the winner. But I've noticed a trend with you the last few times that we've played. It has come a little too close to the number to where I think Tom Bauer is looking it up, getting the answer, and then shaving off a few million. Tom Bauer said $181 million. Joe Flacco's made $184.4.
Oh, look at
in his career. I would say that, Ray, you're in the room with him. Is he looking anything up that you can see?
I don't think he looked it up, but there's a possibility he read an article about the signing.
That's an excellent
and they
point.
Included it in there, and
that's
in
an
the brain.
excellent point. That's an excellent point.
These are false allegations.
Bauer,
I would like to point out for the record.
Like you strike me as somebody that would willingly cheat at this.
This is the world of social media. There are no false allegations.
So 184. He's played for 19 years. You divide that, right? Are we dividing that? And how many did he basically make per year throughout his career?
The
almost $10 million per year.
If
he played 18, that's like $10 million. Yeah.
He had a period from 2013 to 2019 where he made his big money. He got 30 that first year, 21, 11, 29, 21, 12, 18, 5. Those were the big years for Flacco. So Flacco ends up making $184 million, but I'm bothered by this now. What you have just done is you have soiled the whole process and the whole game. Get me back to sideline, because now I have to listen to Bauer and I'm going to hear his voice, and it's just going to tick me off because you're a cheater.
And especially because he's so much higher than we at 90. I'm at 105.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because you guys undershot.
He jumps up. He jumps up 80 million.
I'm going to say 181.
If I had to pick. Minus the 2 times
I might be overshooting a bit here, but well, he knows he's $3 million under.
Right. Overshooting my ass.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Sucks to be you guys. I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to do a great job at it. I'm just too good at this game for you guys.
All right.
That's
Go
all.
ahead.
You know what? I was going to save this story till the end, but
next time, when I tell you we're going to play it, I'll try to give Ray a heads up so we can lock that room down.
Yeah. And we can turn the
Shut
camera
off the
on.
internet.
Put me on a lockdown browser?
We turn the camera on, but he don't know. But we can see him right here.
Yeah,
we can catch him in one of these cameras.
Exactly. Zoom in. Is he on the internet? Is he looking it up? That's going to tick me off. Anyway, go ahead, Tom.
I was going to save this story for the end, but now I'm going to do it just for you, Carlin. Here's a great headline.
I wonder what this is.
Yeah, there you go. Mike McCarthy says the following: a reunion with Aaron Rodgers would be a great story. Oh yeah. Now, he did allude to the fact that Rodgers is in a good place right now.
He's in a good place.
Yeah, he's in a good place right now in his stage in life. So maybe a comeback, maybe not. Again, it's Aaron Rodgers, so we're going to have to wait. But Mike McCarthy did say a reunion with the Steelers would be a great story.
So here's what I'm interested in. Is Aaron Rodgers going to let the Steelers know what he's doing before the draft.
He better.
It's a month. He better. He didn't last year. He didn't sign anywhere last year until, early summer? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's happened. I don't know when he signed last year, but it wasn't by the draft. He had not signed by the draft, to my knowledge. And I'm wondering if he's going to drag that out again.
That'd be crazy to keep letting him dictate to him like that.
I would think that they want an answer by the draft, but, I don't get the impression that the Ty Simpson thing for Pittsburgh is any lock. That if he's there, that they're going to take him at 21. I don't think that's a lock. But I could see them maybe doing something else instead in the secondary and talking about, something at safety. Just based on talking to some people and trying to get a feel for what they might be doing.
They've had a good. I'm trying to think of what their offseason additions would be. You would know, right?
Say that last part again.
Their offseason acquisitions, because I know they got Porter Jr., but I thought they got
Pittman and.
But I thought they brought in some defensive help.
They did. They did bring in another corner, but they still need help at safety. That's the real problem. Go ahead, Tom. Rattle off what we got.
Yeah, I'm just going to rattle a few more off here. Zach Wilson, he's getting another chance in the NFL. He's signing with the New Orleans Saints.
Woo.
Levante David, great for the Buccaneers. He is hanging up his cleats, calling it quits.
He's a sleepy, in my opinion, Hall of Fame candidate. I didn't realize, 14 years, and I don't recall him ever falling off. To me, he's the most unlikely, Hall of Famer. But I think with his credentials and winning a championship, I always thought the other kid that they got that's playing for not Devin Bush. I thought he was going to be the guy that was going to last longer. I thought he was going to play at a high level because they played so well next to Levante David. Was it Devin White? I always thought Devin White was going to. Yeah. He turns out to be a journeyman at this point.
Yeah, Levante David.
He ranked the lowest in linebackers, I think, out there with the Raiders last year. But Levante, I think he got to be put up there with Kuechly.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Warner.
He's a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
I think. Kuechly?
No.
Yeah.
Levante David.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But nobody. He's a Hall of Famer. Nobody ever talks about.
Kuechly got the press.
Everybody goes with Warner. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody goes with Wagner.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But secretly, Devin Bush, for my money, has been better than all of them for 14 years straight.
Go ahead, Tom.
Last one, the NFL Competition Committee, they are setting up proposals that will be proposed to the owners of the league in case there's replacement refs coming up in the next season. Essentially, what that would mean is there would be a centralized effort in New York at the NFL's headquarters to where they'd be able to weigh in on calls for the replacement refs if something is clear and obvious and missed. So essentially, you're going to be getting help from New York, possibly a lot more this upcoming season if there are replacement refs.
Boy, I mean, if the replacement refs are a real thing, how much worse can this get? Because the officials, whether or not you want to believe it, they actually do a pretty good job. And I don't think it's the most difficult game to officiate by far. You cannot find a situation where you're into that. You don't think so, Ray? What do you think? Hockey is the most difficult game to officiate?
Probably for the speed alone, nonstop.
I don't know, man, but the physicality and trying to see what some of the penalties are and all that, I think that's pretty difficult, plus trying to get up and down. You're right about the speed on the ice, but those guys, they're not as old as some of the NFL officials have been. They're getting younger.
Because they can't be.
Yeah. Oof. I don't know. I think NFL is still the hardest. Anyway.
Yeah, because you got multiple people. You got fat people, blocking your vision, too.
Don't hate. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
St. John's has advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. Now, East Region top seed Duke stands in the Johnny's way for a trip to the Elite Eight. Coverage begins Friday at 6:50, only on 1050 ESPN.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Time to bench those other job sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build your championship roster. What's the advantage? Well, with ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast. But you also get the MVP for your team. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't make candidates wait to take the shot. It passes the ball right to them. Building your team or scouting fresh talent? ZipRecruiter runs the full court with powerful technology that immediately gets your job in front of the right players. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. And why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even cross half court. It's a slam dunk with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Rangers visiting the Maple Leafs tonight, 7:30. Coverage begins on 880 ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app starting at 7. At 8, Yankees opening day. They will be in San Francisco to take on the Giants. As we know, that game will be on Netflix. And at 10 o'clock, the Nets are out west facing the Warriors. Tullamore Dew, the original, triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Gilberto in the truck is next on ESPN New York. Gilberto, what's up?
Yo, what's up, my boys?
Yo.
Yo,
Yo, I was going to talk about baseball, man. I was going to talk about football, but you guys underscored Flacco's salary, and I'm shocked. Especially you, Carlin. Like, you guys asked me that question, I said 180. Quick, fast. With all the incentives that Flacco is, come on, Carlin. 90 million? Are you serious?
I didn't guess 90. That was not me.
That was Ray.
I was asking the question.
Somebody guessed 90. Somebody said over 100. And Tom, I said 180. What off top? I tell you what, to clear Tom's name, and this is all I'm going to make up based the phone call on. To clear Tom's name, ask any of your next listeners. Random question, what would you put Flacco's salary at? If they come anywhere close to what Tom had said, you guys owe Tom an apology.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I wonder because I feel like Matt Ryan career was similar without winning the championship, but he won the MVP.
This guy was getting 58, 75,000 just for a fun factor, just to show up. Like,
but I wonder how Gilberto, if you had to guess Matt Ryan, how much would you guess Matt Ryan made?
Matt Ryan was in the league for over 20 years.
So it's Flacco. They came in the league the same year. They came in the same year.
He wasn't with the new contracts, with the new NFL contract.
Yeah, it was. They came at the same time. Remember, Gilberto, right? Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco was in the same draft class, and they were going to the playoffs and had instant success at the same time, just in the NFC. And Matt Ryan went to a Super Bowl, didn't win it, but he also won MVP of the league. So you know he got a couple big-time contracts during the same time that Flacco got his contract. I think he got a bigger contract than Flacco. So how much would you guess that Matt Ryan made?
I'm looking right now. Wow. Matt Ryan made $120 million more. He made $303.
Damn.
Matt Ryan, first year.
He was the first overall
2008.
pick.
Yep.
So he made
first
way more
overall pick. And here's the thing to remember about that. 2008 was I believe it was the last year.
Before they slotted.
It was him, either Stafford or Bradford, maybe 2010, before they started slotting it. So you got a ton of money up front guaranteed.
Remember, Bradford came in and instantly became the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I think
they stopped it after Bradford.
I think Bradford was the last one.
Yeah.
That was 2010.
Yeah.
But yeah, for his first 5 years of his career, Matt Ryan made 6.6, 15.4, so that's 22, 32, 43. He made $50-some million, $60-some million over the first 5-6 years of his career.
His first contract.
And then he got his big contract later on. And he was still making 24, 25 as of 2022.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made $300 million total, $303 million, and that's $120 million more than Flacco.
And I asked people out there, who career would you rather have, Joe Flacco's or Matt Ryan's?
Well, Flacco's got the ring, but
Flacco, remember, he
Matt
was
Ryan's
with the Ravens.
got the MVP.
But remember, early on, Flacco and Matt was both winning games like crazy in their career, going to playoffs the first 5 years.
Jeff Passan joins us next on opening day, ESPN New York.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select with all-wheel drive for $279 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN T1362010. MSRP $40,680. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR at $28.60 per month per $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
After rupturing his Achilles celebrating the team's Sun Belt Tournament championship, Georgia State head coach Ron Hunter was forced to roll the sidelines of the NCAA tournament on a stool with wheels. In the opening round, 14th-seeded Georgia State faced 3rd-seeded Baylor. Down 2, R.J. Hunter, the coach's son, hit a game-winning three-pointer, causing his father to fly off his stool, celebrating on the floor.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Opening day, Yankees and the Giants tonight out west. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Bartholomew, it is noon. What does that mean?
It's the power hour. +9.
That looked painful.
+9. Because I was going for 9 hard ones. I knew I couldn't make it to 99, so I wanted to go +9 or add a 9 to make it 99 because it's prime time and it's judge time.
Okay, I don't even know what any of that meant. Oh, judge time. Okay, there you go. He is the original tribal chief of ESPN. He is the head of any table he is at. He is an incredible impressionist. He is Jeff Passan, senior MLB insider for ESPN, who joins us now. My tribal chief, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, boys?
Man, it's smooth as Barry White right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you in a closet somewhere? What's going on?
No. Does it sound like it?
No. I thought like you were just being very quiet for a moment. Like
sounds like D, like he's hiding from his boss. Are you hiding from the children?
No. Yes, actually. No. I've sequestered myself in the office. I was just inspired by Bart there, and I wanted to yell "hour" because. I mean, what's an opening day without yelling "hour"?
Well, that's how long we got you for, right? A whole hour, right?
Yeah. I told.
He's like, yeah, bull crap.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's just start here. Jeff, what do you say to the cynical Yankee fan who would say that they are simply running it back this year? Your reaction to that statement is what?
There are worse things than running back a 95-win team that has arguably the best starting pitching in baseball and scored more runs than anybody last year. And look, I get it. I get why Yankees fans can be disillusioned after the offseason that they had, because when a team doesn't win a championship, what do we want? What do we expect as fans? Change of some manner or variety. That being said, what the Yankees have this year is arguably the best and most talented team in the American League. And could it have been better? Could they have done more? Absolutely. Would it have made a significant difference in terms of their win total or their success in October? Potentially, but what they've got right now is pretty good. And I understand pretty good doesn't necessarily win you championships, but it sure can. And I think this Yankees team is capable of winning a World Series in 2026.
I mean, how do they match up, right? You talk about, you talk about Garrett coming back. Not Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett Cole coming back.
Garrett, you're talking about Garrett coming back and, adding to that rotation. Is that enough? And at what point, I know we get to this point all the time, and I was talking about this earlier, how far we come from a generation that don't know the Yankees as the Death Star or the evil machine. At what point, do we start looking at, guys like Cashman, if they can't get it done? I mean, we look at, Harbaugh gone, Mike Tomlin gone, and sometimes good isn't good enough, especially when you consider that this is the organization with more championships than any, other organization in North America sports.
I think starting off, Bart, getting Garrett Cole back is going to be enormous for this team. But it's not just him. They have a full year of Cam Schlittler after getting a month and a half of him toward the end of the season. They've got Will Warren looking better, frankly, than I ever thought he would. I'm getting on the bullish on Will Warren train. They traded for Ryan Weathers, who, though the spring training performance was not ideal by any means, the stuff is really, really good. And, I think the fact that they optioned Luis Heel and that they have no use for him for the first couple weeks of the season is indicative of where this team is right now, because that's without Garrett Cole. That's without Carlos Rodon. That's without Clark Schmidt. That's without three foundational rotation guys for this team. So when it comes to pitching depth, the Yankees have about as much as anyone outside the Dodgers right now. And that's a great place to be. But if they don't win a championship, I think baseball's a little bit different. And maybe that's wrong. The evolution of the Yankees, like you said, from the big bad wolf into this. I wrote about this today when I was writing about how the Dodgers are the new Yankees. The Dodgers are operating like the Yankees used to. The Dodgers are winning championships like the Yankees used to. The Yankees are in their austerity era right now. And is that good? Is that right? Well, it hasn't led to the ultimate goal at this point. So you certainly can make the argument that no, the way that they're approaching it isn't what they should be doing. But I don't know that that's on the general manager or the manager, frankly. I think at the end of the day, it's on the resources that are going to be given to them. And the Yankees and the Steinbrenner family, they're not run the way that they used to be. And you can argue that after the mid to late 2000s, when they were outspending everybody by multiples every year and still not winning championships, that was the point at which the seeds were planted for this change. But at the end of the day, if you are Brian Cashman and if you are Aaron Boone, you just got to make the best of what you've got. And I think that's why when you see someone like Cam Schlittler coming up, when you see Elmer Rodriguez pitching as well as he did this spring, when you see a guy like Carlos Legrand standing out like he did, you know that you're not going to be able to go out and buy everyone, so you better start developing guys. And on the position playing side, that's the part to me that's going to be most interesting going forward for the Yankees because, whether it's Anthony Volpe or Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones or others, guys who they have developed on the position playing side haven't been able to make that breakthrough yet and crack this lineup or succeed once they've gotten there. So if they can figure out that part of things, getting more position playing prospects into prominent roles, and I don't know if that's Jacob Lombard at shortstop long term. I don't know if that's Dax Kilby. George Lombard Jr. Sorry, Jacobs' his brother is going to be in the draft this year. But if it's Lombard, if it's Dax Kilby, whoever it is, they need to start doing that, I think, for sustained long-term success at the payrolls that they're carrying.
Jeff Passan, ESPN senior MLB insider, joining us. His story about the Dodgers being the new Yankees is up on ESPN.com. Now we'll tweet out a link to it as well at Bart Carlin. If you are the Yankees, who is a bigger concern to you at this point, Boston or Toronto?
Man, that is a good question. I didn't do like projected win totals for all of the teams this year, but had I done that, I probably would have Toronto a game or two ahead of Boston, and I have the Yankees winning the East, by the way. So I do think they're the best team in the division, but I wouldn't discount Baltimore either. There are 4 badass teams in the American League East right now, and I think any of them can win the division. A lot of that's going to come down to health and who do we get surprising performances from? And that's the thing with the Yankees that I'm curious about, Chris. Who's going to be the guy on the Yankees who steps up this year in a similar fashion to what Trent Grisham did last year, and in a similar way to what Cody Bellinger did compared to some of his previous seasons? Is there that guy on the Yankees roster who's going to make the breakthrough? And I'm not sure I see one necessarily. Like, you kind of hope that it's going to be Austin Wells. You hope that it's going to be Ben Rice. Maybe they get something from the left side of their infield. Like, if there's a weakness with the Yankees, it is the left side of the infield. And you just hope as a Yankee fan that the power numbers that you get from the outfield and from the right side and from the designated hitter role make up for that left side, and that you can just go pure defense on the left side of the infield, and whatever you get from Jose Caballero or Anthony Volpe or Ryan McMahon or Ahmed Rosario, that is enough to back up the defense, which is going to be solid regardless.
You mentioned Baltimore. You know the next question when it comes to New York, because all New York fans have heard about when Baltimore is every time Pete Alonso hits a home run in the spring, but they don't hear about it when he strikes out a ton. Are the Mets going to miss Pete Alonso?
Yeah, I think they will miss Pete Alonso, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be worse for him being gone, because the money that Pete Alonso wanted, they went and spread out in different ways. And I think the Mets are such an interesting team this season, just because I genuinely don't know if they're going to be really good or just okay. The gap between what the Mets can be is like 75 to 95 wins. And there, to me, are few teams in baseball that have that big of a difference between what they could potentially be and what they could potentially not be. So I'm going to be incredibly curious, and I'm not going to make early judgments on the Mets. I've just seen too many times, whether it's in 2024 when the OMG thing happened and all of a sudden this team that looks dead in the water is suddenly great. And contrary to that, in 2025, when this team came out like gangbusters and just collapsed down the stretch and lost a playoff spot. The most consistent thing about the Mets is their inconsistency. And to me this year, the most important thing this year is that they become a more consistent ball club, because that's something that has been sorely lacking the past few years.
Who's your biggest threat to the Dodgers? Or are we going to see a three-peat, and is that good for baseball?
I picked the Seattle Mariners to win the American League, and I think that the Mariners, with their rotation, with their lineup depth, with their defense, with their base running, are the most well-rounded non-Dodgers team in baseball this year. Now, a lot of that's going to depend on the health of their rotation, because when it comes to big league ready starting pitching, they don't go as deep as the Yankees do. They've got Emerson Hancock there to fill in for Bryce Miller, who's injured right now. But beyond that, there's not a ton in terms of big league ready depth right now. They've got Cade Anderson, who a lot of people thought was going to be the number one pick in the draft last year. You know, Mariners moved up to third in the lottery, and they were able to get him there. They've got Ryan Sloan, who's only 20 years old, but is going to be an ace-level starting pitcher. He's just 20 is the problem, and so they don't want to rush him. Even if the stuff is big league ready right now, becoming a good big league starter at 20 years old is an extraordinarily rare thing to see. So I think that at the end of the day, the Mariners are the best team, but I don't discount the fact that the Yankees could beat them. They certainly can. You know, if they play 100 times, I think the Yankees are winning 45 of those.
Last one for me, just pretty simply, are both the Yankees and Mets in the postseason this year, Jeff?
I have the Yankees in the postseason. I did not pick the Mets in the postseason.
What will be the biggest reason that the Mets will fall short?
I think there are a few things that you could point to that could be Achilles' heels there. Their starting pitching, while their rotation right now with Freddie Peralta, Nolan McClain, Clay Helms, David Peterson, Kodai Senga looks pretty good. I think it drops off pretty demonstrably after that. So there's that. I'm not sure Sean Manaea, with the stuff that he has, is going to be a real rotation candidate at this point, but maybe he's living at 88, 89 and can have the same effectiveness he did when he was that way with the A's. I think the health of their bullpen is really important. I don't know, Devin Williams, I think, will be good as closer, and we've seen Luke Weaver over the last few years. I want to see a healthy A.J. Minter. I want to see a healthy Brooks Raley, and beyond those four, you need somebody to step up. And maybe that's Oscar Brasaban, who's had, some good stretches. Maybe that's Brian Hudson, who a couple of years ago was absolutely incredible for Milwaukee. Maybe it's Tobias Myers as either a long guy or, a high leverage guy, or maybe both. And the lineup, I just think the lineup is more solid now than it was in the past. And Carson Bench it's going to be fascinating to watch him this season, because transitioning to the big leagues, like the jump from AAA, or just from the minor leagues period, to the big leagues is by far the largest when it comes to that evolution of a player. And so he's going to go through some struggles, but I think you look up and down this roster and it's just a bunch of really solid players. And, the lack of depth, I think, is the thing that could have the Mets closer to that 75 than that 95. But I am bullish enough on them that even if I didn't pick them to go to the postseason, I do think that there is a very decent shot that they do. And I just thought other teams had a little better shot.
Early WrestleMania prediction: does Obafemi take down Brock Lesnar?
I think he should.
This is a quick pump up for him, by the way.
Yeah, but Goldberg was the same way, though.
No, but that's exactly that's the perfect point right there, Bart. And I appreciate you saying that. When you have a phenom, ride it.
Yeah.
Do not kill momentum. Just let that thing go. And they've done an excellent job of building him up into a monster, and let the monster eat.
Giddy up. We appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks, brother. I know it's a busy day for you. Thank you.
Pleasure's always mine, boys. Have a good one.
You too. That's Jeff Passan, ESPN senior MLB insider, massive WWE fan as well. Obafemi was at the Knicks game last night.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you become that guy, I never when you become that guy where you get all the promotion, a big machine behind you. You have an obligation to live up to it. And he's lived up to it. I like how when you look at Triple H, he's kind of refined him. Now he mumbles something coming to the ring, and you can see how Brock Lesnar, who usually always dominates everybody. Even when Goldberg was there, he still was the massive big man. And, he told him, Obafemi to put his foot on his chest so it looked more dominant. And so, maybe you are going to put him over. Because remember, Hogan, got put over by Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
WrestleMania. And he didn't think he can get him up. Even though he had slammed him before, but he helped Hogan. He kind of jumped up for Hogan to kind of get him to kind of sit him down lightly.
No, because remember, I don't want to date myself too much here, but I'm on. I don't know how I turned to this just because I know Jeff loves WWE, but I'm on the WWE algorithm on TikTok, and that comes up all the time. The little documentary style thing that Hogan did about. I think it was the Andre the Giant documentary that came out a few years ago on ESPN. And
no oil,
slam,
no oil.
Yeah, and he
Macho
Man because he hated he put oil all over his chest.
He smacked the hell out of all those shit.
Yeah, but Andre, if you remember early in that match, Andre doesn't let Hogan could not slam him early.
Yeah,
and that was just part of the whole bit, but it was still amazing when you think back about Andre the Giant back then. And what he really could not do was very much in the ring. Like, you're holding him up at that point.
Basically, yeah, he could get down, couldn't get off his feet. I mean, he had, what do they call it, giantism? Or
I think it's gigantism is what it's called.
Yeah. And his joints at that point. You didn't realize just how young he was. He was younger than both of you and me when he was doing that and when he passed.
Oh, yeah. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. So we heard from Jeff, and he's talking about what the Yankees' expectations are and the running it back thing. The running it back thing that we have talked about all offseason, I'm not going to get too bent out of shape by it now because we're here, okay? This is what the team is, and you already know what you have coming back when you get Cole and Rodon back. So if we're going to complain about what they did or did not do this offseason, there are truly worse things than what Jeff said, as he put it, winning 95 games and being the best offense in baseball. There are worse things than running it back when you are that.
Yeah, knowing what you're adding as well. Get all that. But I guess we were looking for the move that was going to put him over the top defensively, like that big, going to get Bellinger and Goldschmidt back. It's like we expect, we wanted.
The Goldschmidt thing does nothing for me.
Right.
You know, the Bellinger thing, okay, I get that completely.
You wanted him, you got him back. Okay.
Absolutely. I have no issue with the Grisham thing. I know people made a big deal about that. It's coming off a career year, and whether or not they were just trying to get a draft pick by offering him the qualifying offer, he took the $22 million. So that clearly, I hate to even use the word hamstrung, but it hamstrung if they were going to add anything else.
So you're saying they put that out there expecting and hoping that he wasn't going to take it, and he's like, yeah, okay.
So they get the draft pick, and
it's
he's like. But when you're Trent Grisham and you get somebody's going to pay me $22 million for 1 year coming off the 1 year as opposed to going somewhere else and maybe not getting that.
Yeah, and being comfortable where you're at. And thinking, okay, if I did this in 1 year, what I'm going to do the second year? Can I keep this going?
And did it in Yankee Stadium, which is a perfect spot for him to be hitting home runs in. You know, the Yankees as a whole, you may want to roll tape on this. I'm actually going to be optimistic at the start of the season on the Yankees, because as much as I beat up on Cashman, as much as I beat up on what they are, or what they have not been, which is champions, I can't deny that this is a team. I still think they're better than Toronto, even though they got Dylan Cease.
You don't believe in anything that Toronto did last year?
No, I believe in it. I do think there is a hangover effect when you come that close and you don't get over the hump. I've seen it. I've seen it before. So I do think there is, Toronto never struck me as a team that was about to embark on the beginning of a dynasty, and because they came as close as they did, they'll be ticked off and ready to go over the top.
Tell me this. How far behind is Vlad compared to Judge?
Far enough. I mean, obviously younger. What's Vlad now, 26? I think he's 26 the most. He got the contract.
You don't think with what he did in the offseason, what he did in the postseason,
he was amazing.
He put the league on notice.
Oh, sure.
And does he have the clutch gene that Judge wish he had?
All right, now this is probably a little bit unfair, okay? And might be a little bit surprising coming from me. Do I trust Vlad with the body composition as is for the next 3-4 years?
He's changed that, though. We've seen guys like Jokic. We've seen guys like Draymond Green who struggle with their weight and their conditioning. Even Joel Embiid, I got it in shape before all the injuries added up, and he changed his diet and stuff like that. So we've seen guys figure it out that used to be a little chunky monkey before. Is Vlad one of these guys that have found his diet and his professionalism? And at 26 years old, is he a guy that may be able to push Judge a little bit as far as the
He's 27. He just turned 27.
Okay, and Judge is 34.
Well, listen.
And what I'm saying is we've seen Judge ascend from 32, 33, 34. Vlad is 5 years away from 32.
But if you're asking me, are you asking me who's the better player? Or are you asking me just, is Guerrero knocking on the door?
Yes.
I don't think he's knocking on the door yet. When you look at the Judge numbers, they're otherworldly. Like, Guerrero is one of these amazing players, but I look at last year, and I don't want to just base it on statistics. It's not close. But playoffs, dude was amazing. And that obviously goes a long way. They've come up short. There's no getting around, like, the stupidity of Judge getting booed and all that. There's no getting around. Judge just needs to win one.
Yeah.
He just needs to win one.
Maybe more than anybody in the history of sport. More than Harden.
Oh, by far more than nobody expects anything from James Harden because of the way that he's handled himself through his career.
But the thing is, if Judge continues to fall short, at what point do we start looking at him like Harden? Remember, Harden, MVP, carrying the team, doing all that stuff.
I think we judge
looking at
Aaron Judge harsher than we judge James Harden. Maybe it's just me. Do you think that there's a lot of NBA fans that look at James Harden the way that MLB or Yankee fans might look at Judge for having not done it yet?
Well, you said not yet. But I want to think that as an athlete, Judge is the same age as James Harden.
I
you
know.
See what I'm saying? It's a different sport, but, man, they're around the same age.
No, I know, but Judge to me has been a more dominant player than James Harden has been in his career.
Both two-time MVPs.
James Harden's had a terrific career, don't get me wrong. But I think when it comes to all that, I think Judge will end up being judged, so to speak, a little bit more harshly. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Yeah, look, you got a lot of stuff to do, work, family, the gym, the couch, especially the gray one if you're Carlin. Sunday, whatever it is, pain shouldn't be there stopping you. If you have neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain is running your life, call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in non-surgical pain relief that gets real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain medication, just a real plan to get you feeling better. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, Inglewood, check them out at sandwellpain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. In moments, we ask the age-old question, am I the nozzle?
St. John's has advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. Now, East Region top seed Duke stands in the Johnny's way for a trip to the Elite Eight. Coverage begins Friday at 6:50, only on 1050 ESPN.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. Gotta love Soto and Judge early in the season, man. How can you not? So, ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. 21 and over in Fisley, Present, New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Discover where your future can take you at SUNY Canton Spring Open House on Saturday, April 25th. Explore exciting new programs like data science and analytics and cybersecurity designed to prepare you for today's most in-demand careers. Tour campus, meet faculty, connect with current students, and sit down with financial aid representatives. Plus, attendees can enter for a chance to win a scholarship. For registration details and information about courtesy bus trips from New York, email admissions@canton.edu. SUNY Canton, your future starts here.
Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I don't know if you've heard. NFL draft coming up shortly. It's pretty much a month away now. It's less than a month away at this point. It's April 23rd, Thursday night. And New York is on the clock. It's kind of big around here again, unfortunately. The Jets are picking 2nd and 16th. The Giants pick 5th. Rick DiPietro, Dave Rothenberg are breaking it all down live. Join ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL Draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, everything New York fans care about. Watch along, react with us. Do not miss a single moment. ESPN New York's Couchcast on draft night. It's April 23rd, 8 p.m. It's brought to you by Calandra's Bakery, who, by the way, Calandra's big food drop tomorrow. They're coming by tomorrow. Bart and I, right after the show, are going to hang and watch a little bit of the opening day festivities with the Mets at 1:15. Bart before he gets on his plane to Africa tomorrow night. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put your business out there, but it's an entire continent, so they can't find you necessarily. It would be a little bit difficult to do on a continent.
You going to eat a glizzy tomorrow?
If they're bringing them, usually.
I don't know if they're bringing.
So here's what Bart did. They asked us what we would like Calandra's to bring over, which, by the way, Calandra's Italian Village in New Jersey.
Whole village.
You could tell them to bring anything, and you're going to be fine. But Bart said, wings and bread.
Yeah, man. Make me a wing sandwich.
Oh, my God. The wings are fantastic. The Calandra's bread is out of this world, but they're going to be having a little drop for us tomorrow, and we'll be enjoying some Calandras while watching some of the opening day festivities.
The most delicious partnership we have.
Fair to say. Fair to say. So far, I want to encourage others, but I don't want to have a competition here.
Challenge!
Calandras. Excited for that tomorrow. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube channel. It is time for Tom Bauer to shine with yet another round of Am I the Nozzle?
There are two sides to every story.
Everybody need to keep a cool booty, okay?
We're here to judge.
I plead the fifth.
Am I right?
Adoy.
Or am I the nozzle?
I was wrong.
Am I the Nozzle, if you are unfamiliar, uninitiated, is simply this. There are always day-to-day situations in life where you might find yourself asking, amid personal confusion, in this whole situation, is it me? Am I the nozzle in this? Or is it everybody else? Because sometimes you just don't have the greatest read on that. So we're here to answer the question for you. And who better to describe whether or not you're the nozzle than Tom Bauer?
Yes. So I'm going to start with this because, Carlin, you mentioned it earlier, and I just want to make things clear before this continues to go on. I'm trying to play sound right now, and it is not going, unfortunately. There we go. There we go.
Ah, yes!
If you don't know what that is the Drop Madness bump sounder, because Drop Madness is currently going on in Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Look at him using the inside radio little bump sounder.
I got to be professional here. At any rate, Chris Carlin is a 1 seed in Drop Madness. If you haven't heard, Chris almost died.
This is college football. Excuse me, this is college football on ESPN Radio. Oh my God!
The problem is, like, you're in distress, and none of your teammates can help you out.
No, not just looking at me like, are you about to die?
Not a mumble. Did anybody smack you on the back?
No.
Get prepared for the Heimlich, or did it?
Nothing. Nobody was lining up behind me. They were just blank stares because I looked over and looked at him and thought, if this is how I'm going to die, I'm going to look over and see the blank stares in their faces. This is it. This is the last thing I see was Max Starks and our producer.
Eat chewing sunflower seeds.
John Martin, the Chief. And Chief was looking at me like, are you going to die on me? Like, it was more of an annoyance.
Like,
on his
now I got to
part.
find somebody to fill in.
Yeah, I got to get, it's only the third quarter in this game. And it's a college football game, so it takes forever. And there are two best parts of that drop again. And I'll say them, and I want you to listen again. Number one is, as I am dying, the college bands in the background continuing to play from the Georgia-Florida game. And number two, at the very end, when I slide into, oh my God, and it's still on the air before we go to break.
This is college football. Excuse me, this is college football on ESPN Radio. Oh my God.
Right, you like, oh my God, I can't believe nobody cut my mic, nobody said nothing. Damn, Max is 6'8", man. Reach your ass over and turn my mic off, B, and say we'll be right back.
I think it just serves as a brutal reminder that if you die, the world will just continue to go on as if nothing happened.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely true. They would have stepped over me in the booth. And, you know, my thing is, when I'm in the booth, and this is going to sound silly, I learned a long time ago, when you go into a place, leave it as you found it. So I always clean up all my stuff out of the booth. They would have left my body right there on that floor for somebody else to clean up.
Nice little chalk outline, dude. Rojo, they might have Rojo on your side. That's it. In case he comes too, maybe he save himself.
For Max, it would have been like hitting the sled back in the day.
Yo, that's exactly how it is, man. You be on the football field, somebody get hurt, they're like, all right, switch the field. They're like, bro, y'all they don't stop practice. They just step over your ass, and they tell the people to come out to deal with you, and they run practice on the other end. Ain't nobody coming over to pray next to you. Oh, my God, are you okay? Like, in the game, the networks make you stop. In practice, they don't even miss a snap. They just turn the drill around and go the other way.
So
go the other way. So, just let you die on the field. And, you know what? Let's go toward the other end zone now.
You might get an update after practice. Like, hey, did he die? Was it broken? Yeah, he messed up real bad.
And so who am I up against today in Drop Madness on DHR later on at 3 o'clock?
Oh, you're up against the wonderful Richard in Manhattan.
2 beautiful women died. I'll give you them quickly.
Did you kill him?
2 beautiful women died. I'll give them to you quickly.
So we'll tweet out the link later to go support Chris if you so choose to. My question here for the purposes of this segment, is DHR the nozzle for making you the 1 seed in Drop Madness? Did you consent to this at all? Did you give them permission to use your image, name, and likeness? I'm
certainly not getting anything for it. But no, I am not going to make them the nozzle because it's just comedy that I nearly died on the air from choking. And it's not like I had anything in my throat. It was just all of a sudden, like something got.
That saliva.
It wasn't even something getting caught. It was just like I just started coughing out of nowhere. Out of completely nowhere.
You know it's crazy when it don't even sound like you.
Yes. And so I have no problem. In fact, I'm honored to be a 1 seed in the nether region. That I was able to achieve that is pretty remarkable.
So will this be a major upset?
If I lost to Richard, would that be a major upset? Richard was in an 8-9 game. I mean, first of all, the fact that Richard drop is an 8-9 tells you how strong the nether region is. Fair? I think that's fair. Would it be a major upset if I lost to Richard, Tom?
I think it would be majorly upsetting for you personally because you want to win the whole thing.
I do want to win the whole thing.
But then again, Richard is Richard. Those types of moments with Richard, they don't always happen every day.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I think some of now I have to go back and listen, is that when I think about Richard or when I think about that whole thing and the opportunity to win it, my problem here is that I don't know what the rest of the field is. I don't have a good enough feel. Like there's not the classic Don Brewers Pirates game drop. You know, there's not that one in this, but I don't know really what I'm up against because this has been a new year with DHR. So, first of all, no, they're not the nozzle. I would absolutely do the same thing, and I'm honored. But secondly, I really do want to win the whole thing. And if I get upset today, I will be very upset.
Well, you bribed the judges to give you some extra votes.
No, I won't. I will let the people decide what wins in the end. Hopefully, my near-death experience in Jacksonville, Florida, will win out and carry me home to a title.
Well, let's hope so. Again, Drop Madness takes place on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg throughout the month of March, and I believe through the entirety of the NCAA tournament. I believe that's how it works.
I believe that's correct.
Tune in later. They'll have the details. At any rate, there's one more in Am I the Nozzle that I wanted to get to you guys about, and this has to do with the NCAA women's tournament, because Syracuse lost to UConn. That's not a surprise. However, their head coach, Syracuse's head coach, Felicia Legette-Jack, not very happy that she's had to face UConn throughout pretty much her entire career in the women's tournament as a coach. After the game, this is what she had to say.
To continuously have to come to UConn in every single school that I go to is unfair to the young people. I don't know what it is. Somebody said, is there something that they might have against me? If that's the case, then we need to communicate about that. But for us to be what we've done in our body of work, to have to come and play that best team in the country, I thought deserved a little more respect after being in this business for 37 years, and to have to come and be in this particular bracket every freaking year is unacceptable, is wrong. If you're on the committee and you've been around for more than a year or 2 or 5 to 10 or 15 years, you understand what that looks like. I've been on those committees to see how it's done, how you can put people on different lines, put us on a 10 line, get whatever. But for us to continue to come to Connecticut year after year after year is, to me, it's a personal attack.
So here's some... Yeah.
Personal attack.
Yeah, that's a little much. And that's where we'll get to in a second. Just some context here. She used to coach over at the University of Buffalo. They also lost to UConn back in 2019 in the second round. The way the NCAA women's tournament works is they try and make your teams play as close to your home as close as possible, if possible, so that way they can have more fans of your fan base in your school show up to these games. So Syracuse has had to face UConn, let's just say a couple times during her tenure there as well. Fair to bring up, I think, that maybe how it functions doesn't necessarily work properly, but is she the nozzle there for saying it's a personal attack?
I mean, I don't know. If I have to continue to play them, I'd feel personally attacked. They lost 98-45. At one point, I saw the score was like 62-13.
Yeah.
It was absurd.
Yeah.
Don't call it a comeback.
I mean, that UConn, you know what I mean? That team's a dynasty, man. It's like, like what I do.
Yeah.
If I'm high, I draw them. If I'm low, I'm drawing. What the hell are we doing?
In 2021, before she took over, Syracuse lost to them 83-47. They lost them in 2024 72-64, so they actually gave them a game. But UConn was kind of in their little, I don't want to say down period, but down period for them at that point. I can understand feeling personally attacked. But the problem is when you have to go on campus and play at Gamble Pavilion every year because of that, even though you're trying to bring them, have Buffalo or Syracuse be closer to home, that doesn't wash when you're playing in the UConn region in the NCAA tournament. Like, it's not like they're playing them on a neutral floor. Right. They're not. So I'm going to say no, she's not the nozzle. I'm going to let that go. Although I would feel personally attacked.
Like, damn, again?
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred with all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN142673. MSRP $37,300. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR for $28.60 a month per $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Here it comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong. Because right now, you can get great deals on our most popular models, including our adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Plus, there's our bold and stylish Elantra, loaded with the latest tech. Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 9. So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft. Presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Let's go! From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
I mean, based on the chat on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, I am encouraged by my chances later today. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN.
That's classic.
We were talking about the Drop Madness going on later today. Let's do this, Lucas. If Carlin doesn't win, it's rigged. Joey High Roller, R.I.P. Carlin. This is the runaway favorite, Jason Smith. The oh my God is amazing from Joey High Roller. It's never unfunny. Oh my God. Eitan Tomlinson, the band was serenading you in the afterlife, Chris.
There's like, breathe, dog.
What was it like?
Going in the dark, Roger.
I saw 2 men giving me blank stares, and I heard bands playing music. That's what death looked like. But then, all of a sudden, I came back. I think what I actually had probably 10 minutes earlier was a chewable Pepsid.
Ah.
I don't...
But you had heartburn?
I didn't that day...
Oh, you were prepping because you were going to go to Taco Tuesdays. You were going to Taco Tuesdays later in the week?
We certainly were going to eat well at dinner that night.
Gotcha.
So it may have been a preparation situation. And I think that some little piece of the chewable Pepsid got stuck in my throat. And there was no, here's the other thing. There was no water to quickly
please dissolve.
Move me out of there.
Please dissolve. You're hoping it just, the fluid in your mouth just dissolved a little piece that's stuck in between your esophagus.
Oh, my God. Please just get out of my throat. Do whatever you have to do.
That's one of the greatest drops. Of all time, I love that one.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag bring back the crate challenge, man. Bring it back, man.
Would you do the crate challenge, Bart?
Hell no. I ain't stupid. I know like it's set up scientifically for you to fall. You got to be some type of ninja to do that.
But you were a former NFL player. I think you have the athleticism to do it.
Man, have you seen me get up and walk around today?
Bart's back is hurting, and he has been walking around a little bit like an old man.
I say you do it at the beach bash.
Nah, bro.
What are you going to do for your back on this flight, though?
That's not going to bother me.
It's not?
No, what it is
It's
like
a 7-hour flight
it's
to where you're going.
It's a little pinched nerve, so it's like it's loosening up every day. I probably should tell my doctor to prescribe me some Scalaxin real quick, some muscle relaxer, so I can relax around it.
What I just forgot is that he's sitting in the high-end first class.
Who's
so
sitting?
I'm sure somebody's laying down. So somebody can. I'm sure you can order a masseuse if you have to.
I'll find one. Big flight.
Listen, I could see. I could just see you.
Any volunteers?
I could just see you laying face down like you're Mo Green in The Godfather, getting your back work done.
Bicky for my sticky.
No. Oh, God.
When I came down.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
That's one of the greatest drops ever, man. We have, man.
I do think that we are going to get some work out of this one this year with our guy at third base with the Mets, Bo Bichette.
Hot
what do you want me to do? Die for it?
What you want me to do? Die for it?
We need to get all the Roger Dorn drops.
What do you want me to do? Die for it?
I thought that was hysterical this morning when I heard Buster talking about Bo Bichette. He's a shortstop. Yeah, he's not somebody who loves to dive for balls.
Like, bro, you're in the hot corner, baby.
Well, the guy who will always give you everything he's got is Michael Kay, and he is live from the Bay Area in just moments. He is out west with the Yankees. Opening day tonight. It is on Netflix. Unfortunately, no Michael Kay tonight, but you will get your host of Michael Kay for the rest of this season for sure. And it's all coming next on ESPN New York.
Ready to shoot your shot? Log into BetMGM and make your picks in the March Matchups 500K Pick'em for your chance to win a share of bonus bets. It's free to play and easy to get started. Just log into your BetMGM account and predict which teams will cover the spread in their matchup in each round of the college basketball tournament. If you get the most correct, you'll win a share of $100,000 in bonus bets. Even better, success